Me too. This is literally my first time hosting it on here as well. How are you?
Nice, nice. Oh, I'm good. Excellent. I appreciate you pushing the time up for me. I literally just walked in right now and just um, jumped on and tried to get set up.
Okay. Okay. How was work and everything else?
Oh man, usually I don't work on the weekend, so it's like I feel like I just got out the gym.
Okay. I
It's
feel you.
hot here in Georgia, but yep, it's good to step out there every now and then. But yeah, the work is good. Can't
Okay.
complain. A lot of people don't got no work, no money, so
Exactly. Exactly. Money is
you won't hear
scarce,
me
and yeah,
complaining a lot. That's one thing you don't hear me doing.
that's for sure. That's for sure. All right. So thank you so much for joining my live feed today. And the goal is to really have this recorded and then obviously put on my channel. So really, I'm not looking for a huge number of people to join. And I just wanted to talk to you about Liberia, your goals, objectives, and also like doing business with me, how that has, how the process is, and just talk to the people about it. So yeah, so talk to us about yourself. Are you a Liberian? Are you American? Or what are you?
So yeah, I'm a Liberian who actually just went back to Liberia for the first time earlier this year in March. So I was born in '88 during the war, and um, my family and I we left Liberia in 1990. So I just traveled across West Africa for a few years until 1997. What they call in Africa, they call it lotto, right? When they pick your
Yeah,
number, you get to
GB.
come. You get to come to America. Yeah. So my mother applied. We got approved. So me, my mother, my grandma, and two of my siblings came, and I had one of my brothers who actually stayed in Africa, along with some other family members I had in Africa. So yeah, long story short, just been over a year since, and just finally made it back to Liberia earlier this year, and it's kind of just it's something that I didn't really think about too much growing up, but um, just started to watch channels like your channel and some other channels, and I started to get that connection with back home without going. So that's what initiated me wanting to just go back. And once I went back to Liberia, I mean, a year of how bad the situation is and things like that, job situation. But it's just something that you have to see for yourself. So once I went back and kind of looked at it from a business perspective, kind of looking for opportunities and looking for just things that, people could use over there that could help the country and at the same time make some money. So that was my mindset going back to Liberia. So, I mean, when I came back, I was telling my family and friends over here who, everybody asking how's Liberia? And I'm like, man, we got a lot of work to do. And
Hmm.
that's on us
Hmm.
collectively. Um, I'm not on a mission like I'm saying, okay, I want to build my house and go retire there. I'm like, this the time of change. There's no reason to be living like you back in the 1970s, 1980s. So I feel like, this the right time. This is the tipping of the scale right here for Africa and Liberia. So that's what I want to do. I want to be a part of that movement. I want to meet the right people, team up with the right people, and basically just make a change in Liberia. And at the same time, form a lucrative relationship and, just start investing money back into my country and my continent. So that's the short story.
Okay, okay, that's good. So like after your visit, you realize that, oh wait a minute, I have to, invest. Like was that a wake up call, or did you know this prior to going to Liberia?
As far as the opportunities or like
Yes,
just what the country needs.
assessing the opportunities.
Well, I quickly realized that, you know, if you buy somebody's opinion, you buy somebody's lifestyle, right? So that's
Hmm.
something I heard a long time ago. So whenever people are telling me things, I'm always looking at who's telling me that. Even to this day, just like I'm coming back from Liberia and I'm telling you, okay, there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of work to be done, all those things. Somebody else could come back and be like, nah, don't do it, don't go there.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
Take your money and go somewhere else with it, which a lot of people are saying. So, I'm not a big fan of just listening to spectators. If there was somebody already in Liberia doing business and they're kind of like coaching me and guiding me, look out for this, look out for that. I more pay attention to those people. But as far as somebody telling me there's no opportunities, don't do it, I'm like, man, I go over there and I see Indians and Lebanese and people from
Mm-hmm.
different countries who's even been there for generations. Like, those people that if they're speaking, you wouldn't even think that's an Indian person speaking, because they
Exactly.
speak the language. So you can tell these people, they're not just coming, they've been here for generations. So what would make an Indian man leave his country and bring his family over with plans to stay in that country for generations if there's no opportunity?
Right.
It's not because that's his country. He doesn't have any, connection to that country. It's strictly a business relationship and just to advance his family legacy. So that's why they're doing this. So yeah, when people tell me, oh, there's no opportunity to don't do this, or when people only want to tell you the negative, it shows you what they're focused on. So I don't look for those people. I look for the people who's going to tell me, you can make money in this, but watch out for these steps, watch out for these obstacles, watch out for these kind of people. I more like to listen to those people and follow those people uh, over following like the skeptical, like pessimistic, just don't do it. So that's mostly what we're surrounded by. So I mean, it was good. It was good to see for myself. So not like, that one trip was just seeing everything, know everything. It's something that I'm gonna keep going back, and every time I go back, I just plan on just learning something else, or even the opportunity to meet you online and follow your channel. That's learning in itself, because I've already learned a lot from you just purchasing the property and from just the little talks we had. So those are people that I'm overall drawn to. So when I go back to Africa, I kind of look for the same things, the same quality of people, or just somebody that knows what they're doing, that's speaking from experience, not just throwing things out there. Because overall, that doesn't help our country either.
Right. Right.
If you're not a business person and you're not doing any business in Africa, you're not doing any business in America, like, why would you tell another Liberian not to go do business in Africa or Liberia? That's not really, you're
Absolutely.
not really helping. You're not really helping the cause.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
And yeah, and exactly on what ground do you have to tell somebody don't go and invest in, or based on your own experience? So maybe some of them have failed or have made a lot of mistakes. Now they're trying to tell others not to go to Liberia. And the fact is, we all have to make efforts in terms of developing Liberia, right? We can't all leave this a politician to make the difference. That's why they have the private sector. Some of us can come from the private sector, and the conversation I've had with you, I think it has been so profound, and where your head is, and I think you can make a lot of impact to Liberia. Thank you so much for the work that you want to do and continue to do in Liberia to keep that movement going. So talk to me about your experience with doing business with me so far. I've not said anything to you behind the scene, whatever. So you can just talk about it.
Yeah. So it's been pretty smooth the last month or so. Well, obviously we know, but everybody else don't know that land over there in Brewerville. I first started off with an acre, and then I added half an acre on to that land, and I actually got my cousin a half an acre right next to my 1.5. And I've also told some other family members about it. So I think also this is something different than what we're used to in Africa, because not too long ago, it was unheard of to just buy land without being on the ground. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us are here in America and we have our lives, and we don't have the luxury of just jumping on a plane and going over there, buying land, surveying land, doing court stuff, just staying over there for a few weeks. Um, so doing what you do, providing that service, I mean, it's definitely great for the country. It's a great cause, and just having somebody that is going to come through and you're going to get what you pay for, I think, that could be a game changer. And if there's people out there who's a little skeptical about it, like you say, we haven't known each other that long, a couple months, that's it. And it was from your YouTube channel that even made me want to take the leap and contact you and try to see how I can get involved with that. Not just the land situation, but just involved in the overall movement. Because I feel like if there's enough of us coming together doing that, then yeah, we can make a change, even if it's the smallest change.
Mm-hmm.
But I get a feeling that if we get enough of us, it's going to be a lot more than a small change. It's going to be something that's that's groundbreaking. It's going to be something that sets the precedent, sets tone, so other people want to jump in and do the same thing. So I feel like that's the important part. I feel like people, if they see somebody else doing it, and somebody else being successful at it, then they always try to figure out a way for them to get involved also. So pretty far, it's been smooth. I definitely want to purchase a lot more land because I mean that's the thing about land, right? It's funny. Right now, it's the land you're looking at, you don't think it's all that. It might whatever, but I guarantee you in the next 10 years, that
Yeah,
land is gonna be hot and you're gonna be reminiscing about the time where you had the opportunity to buy that land. So yeah, land is something that I never regret buying or investing in because there's literally no way to lose. Even if you just secure that land, you put a fence on it, put a gate. I mean, in 5 years, somebody will come scoop that up from you, guaranteed.
absolutely.
So yeah, I never regret buying any land, and especially land that's not going to be there
Right.
in a couple of years. Like the area
Mm-hmm.
where we're investing in now, I've never seen the area, and I could pretty much tell you, okay, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be no land over there in a couple of years. So
Absolutely.
it's almost like a no-brainer to jump in. So I'm glad I did it. Honestly, I wish I had more money. I would just, I would go all out.
Buy the whole thing.
Yeah, buy the whole thing. Why not? Why not? But I'm happy that I was able to at least get the piece that I got for that area. But I'm not gonna stop there. Like that's one of my goals in Liberia is to convert money that I'm making in America and go and secure some land over there. Even if I don't have all the capital to do what I imagine or envision with that land, I know that if I take a step every month or every week or whatever it is, get a little money, that eventually I'll be able to accomplish my goal and, turn that into a cash flowing asset. If people over here, if you get a lot of viewers from America, I'm not sure where a lot of your viewers are from, but if you live in America, you've heard that term before, cash flow and asset. So that's what I think about when I think about Africa. And a huge mistake that I see a lot of Africans make, it seems like everybody just wants to go to Africa and build one house where they can retire.
Yeah.
I'm like, what movies are these people watching? Like, who said that? Who did that? Where? I've never seen that before. I know about cash flow and assets. You go and you get some properties. Yes, you can have one to stay in, but why would you not want to have properties that's making money, that's doing business or a business location or Airbnb? There's nobody in America that hasn't heard about Airbnb now. But a few years ago, 5-6 years ago, nobody know what Airbnb is. So when I went to Liberia, I had to check out Airbnbs, and I literally only seen like five of them.
Right. Very, very
And
little.
yeah, and I had to go all the way to Hotel Africa to get me an Airbnb, which it wasn't a bad area, but that just go to show you that there's demand over there. I went to get a hotel, a 1-bedroom for $85, going all the way up to $200. Why don't I just rent a house for like what I paid $70 for a 2-bedroom, which was a great deal. If they would have said $100, I would have probably still paid it because it was a lot better than what I had on the table.
Right.
But with all these opportunities and you come to America and you know about stuff like Airbnb and short-term rentals, why would you have the goal of going back to your country in your retirement days and just building one house? I mean, just doesn't make any sense. So I think we're coming from a different approach that a lot of people haven't considered. And by us doing that, we're kind of like setting the tone to get other people involved. And, if you know economics, that has a trickle down effect or a triple up effect. We start doing that. Next thing you know, other people doing it. Every time we build in, somebody's getting a job. More people considering doing business. Maybe somebody else is in the healthcare business. Maybe somebody's in the automotive business. Maybe somebody has another set of skills that they're going to bring back to that country. But they never would have did that if they didn't see us doing it. So, that's how things go. Sometimes it's weird like that. But I'm hoping that, some people who are watching this, who have been thinking about getting involved, but they just didn't know how. So that's a perfect first step right there. Secure some property that you know that not only is it going to be worth more in a couple years, but if you was to, put some action behind it and somehow get that developed or get some kind of development, I mean, it's going to be beneficial in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I always tell people that, land is not going anywhere, right? So it's going to be there for you. Whatever you do with it is always going to be there. So that's something to always invest in. And the value continues to go up. It doesn't depreciate. Perhaps it appreciate, you would say. So that's something always to look into. A lot of people are very skeptical. It's like, Emma, why would I want to send you my money to buy me land? And um, well, I mean, I tell people on my channel all the time, you don't have to. That's up to you. I'm here to be a resource to people. But what makes you think like, hey, I'm just gonna send money to this girl and she's gonna purchase the land. I trust that she will. Like, can you talk to the people like your decision making pattern?
Yeah, so I feel like if you're not on the ground, there's always a level of trust and risk that you're gonna face. Doesn't matter how minimal.
Hmm.
And even if you're sending it to your family, which sometimes that's the worst case, that's the first thing people want you to do. They'll send money to your family. But I mean, there's nothing in life that doesn't come with risk and chancing. Uh,
Hmm.
so to always be scared of that, I mean, you just gonna live in a bubble then. Um, the the solution is if you can live with that, if you can live with you weigh out the options, right, and you weigh out the benefits or the
Hmm.
cons, and what you're gonna miss out on if you don't take that investment. So you compile all those things and then you make a decision. But if you want to invest in Africa and you're just thinking, okay, who to send your money to? I mean, what you're doing is on a professional level. You got your contracts. You're putting yourself out there. You got other businesses, obviously, going on over there. So, I mean, I would more trust somebody like that over my family member who's not involved in any businesses, who doesn't really own anything, who I know is living hand to mouth. I much rather trust somebody like you than sending my money to like we call the hungry wolves out there. Yeah, yeah. You send your money to the wolves and tell them to go buy some sheep. Um, so yeah, for me, it was a no brainer. I think the way you did it too, the way you're putting yourself out there with your other businesses and pretty much promoting what you're doing overall. You're not just coming on there and saying buy these properties, buy these properties. You're showing your other developments. You're showing your other businesses. You're sharing your plans moving forward for the country and to jump into um, other sectors also. So it's not like you just coming and saying, oh, buy this land, buy this land. And then you're also giving us the option of having our friends or family or whoever come and check the land, meet with your people, and actually see the parcel of land they're going to be purchasing. You're seeing what you're going to purchase. So, I mean, like I said, there's nothing in this world that's without risk. You just have to pick your poison. And one of the models I live by is the worst thing you want to feel is regret, right? So you're looking
Yeah,
at the property,
absolutely.
you want to invest in it, but you don't know if you could trust this person. But who you going to trust? You can't trust your friends. You can't trust your family. You can't jump on a plane and go over there for a month and go negotiate the whole deal. So what do you do instead? You just do nothing. Well, right now it seems like you just saved yourself from whatever obstacles or hurt. But I promise you, in 5-10 years, especially now you've seen this video, you've seen me, you've seen this interview, I'm gonna be over there chilling on that land, and all you're gonna do is be looking back and saying, man, there was a day I could have bought this land, I could have did this, I could have did this. But shoulda, coulda, woulda doesn't get you anywhere.
Would
And a lot of these slangs are American slangs. So people, I hope I'm not throwing people off, but I'm guessing most of your demographic probably come from America, probably African diaspora who live
yes.
in America or UK. Okay, good. So for my American people, they understand what I'm saying. And I'm a businessman. There's nothing without risk. I take risk every day. Every time you leave your house, you're taking a risk, right? Anything can happen. I mean, you can get hit by a
Hmm.
car.
Hmm.
You could, people die in spontaneous ways. So money is the
Right.
last thing that I'm worried about risking. And that's just how I live my life. And I always try to encourage
I mean, you
others
you
the
you
same.
have to. in order to gain, you have to put in, right? So I feel like you are on the right path. And for those who don't believe that, about the land, I'm okay with that. It's okay. You either gonna sit back and say, oh my God, I wish I did what she was telling me, or perhaps you sit back and you live with the regret. That's up to you. It's not a forced thing. But I'm glad you were able to purchase an acre and a half. And unfortunately, you said you can't buy all of it right now. And so thank you. I look forward to working with you. And lastly, if you could talk about the automotive industry that you're in currently, and your goal for Liberia as it relates to that.
Yeah, so I'm in the automotive industry in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and pretty much what I do, I'm partnered with my cousin, Liberian also. So what we do is we buy, we sell, we rent cars, and repair cars. We have customers we do work for. So that's the majority of what we do right there. And I also do these inspection smog testing that's
Hmm.
required over here in Georgia. So we do a lot of things automotive related. So even for like the cars that I'm renting, um, usually I sell those cars, but some of those cars I'm seeing that people want in Africa, like the Hondas and the Toyotas that I already have at my disposal, I'm thinking, okay, instead of selling it over here, I could take it back over there. Now, of course, like I said, the critics always got something to say, and people like, what people tell me, oh, people don't got those kind of money. People want $2,000 car. People want $1,500 car. So I'm like, okay, I start thinking about it. Then I go over there and I'm like, okay, people riding around in Range Rovers, Toyota 4Runners, like these are expensive cars. So like, these people got to be getting it from somewhere. Obviously, there's no new car dealerships in Liberia. So where are
Of
they getting
course.
these cars from? So that's another example how people always got something to say, things they don't know anything about. But when I was over there in Africa, I mean, transportation was expensive. Like my driver was driving me around in a little Nissan car, no AC. And I mean, it was costing me like $40, $50 a day after fuel and paying him for his time. So that's one of the things, the obstacles that I said I want to tackle early on while I'm going to Liberia once or twice a year, that I'm gonna actually send me a vehicle over there. And even that land, once I get it fenced in, I build me a small structure, a little zinc or something like that. Somebody want to stay there and they want to, I could park the car over there. That'd be great. Every time I go back, at least I can have my transportation. I know the car got AC. I know I'll be riding comfortable. That's one less thing I got to worry about when going back to Liberia. You know what I mean? Because you if you don't got no
Mhm.
transportation over there, I mean, it's rough.
Sure.
So yeah,
It is rough.
first,
It
yeah.
is rough.
So and I want to do that for other people too. I want to do those rental services. If somebody's looking for um, a decent car and they don't want to worry about the vehicle, the driver, all that, I feel like it's a lucrative opportunity also to be able to provide certain standards of cars. Not what they're used to in Liberia, but some nice stuff. And so when people come from over here or UK or wherever it is they're coming from, that they can still ride around decent and they don't have to go without AC and they don't have to worry about, who the driver is and all those things. So that's something that I'm gonna get into, but that's not the only business I'm planning in Liberia. There's a lot of other things. It just so happens that in America, I'm already in the automotive business. So once I get me a freight forwarder or a shipper, it'd be a lot easier for me to just send those cars over there because I already have access to them. So, any of the viewers around the Atlanta area, if that's what you guys are currently doing, sending cars to Liberia, I would love to connect, love the link, see how we could put our heads together. And I'm sure it'd be beneficial for both of us.
Yes, yes, yes. That is so awesome. I know transportation in Liberia. Sorry, I'm so congested. I'm doing work here.
Hmm.
But transportation in Liberia is a very tricky thing, and I think off camera I'm going to talk to you also for a project that I started. In
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, lost you for one
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Transportation in Liberia is a tricky thing, and so if you're going in that route, I think it would be a great help to alleviating some of the problems, if not most of the problem. So
Hmm.
we can talk more about this. If you have anything else to add, please go ahead and do so.
Um, yeah. So overall, to wrap it up, conclude, um, I feel like more people need to get involved in what we're doing.
Hmm.
Um, right now, we might not have something, you know, as structured, but everything got to start from somewhere. So I feel like we're at the groundwork of something that can be great if we get enough people doing it. But the very the smallest decision should be whether to buy a property or not. It's just funny to me when I say it like that. Like I'm thinking about much bigger things. I'm not thinking about buying a one lot, two lot.
Right,
So
right,
for the
right.
for the people who's tossing and turning at night trying to make that decision to buy one lot or two lots, I mean, it's just crazy. You're not gonna get nowhere in life uh by that. You gotta pull the trigger. Like what we're trying to do, my goal for that community, when I heard that you're getting a lot of people who live in America and UK, they're trying to invest with you in that community. I envision a community that collectively we can all make it very nice and not have to let those lands sit there for 10, 20 years. So
Absolutely.
now that people seen these videos, they see me, I'm sure when they go over there and they see me working on my property, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's that one dude who was on the live. So, get motivation from that. Don't like Liberian people, African people as a whole, like it's the mindset that be keeping us down.
It
So
sure is.
yeah, so I mean, y'all gotta move, man. People coming in there, Indian people coming over there, Lebanese people coming over there, trying to buy stuff up, take over, and y'all just worry about that one retirement home. But how much sweeter will your retirement be if you actually had a business, actually had some assets going on, some cash flow, even just the internet situation, the whole internet world that hasn't even hit Liberia yet. It's going to be a huge wave when that finally hits. Because when I go over there, people are basically living without internet, and we all
Hmm.
know in America, if we even lost internet for one day, I mean,
We're
the
flipped.
yeah, these economies, this economy gonna crash. Even me personally, we can't do anything without internet. So once that world comes over there, I mean, it's gonna open up so much more opportunities. But if you're the kind of person who's having a tough decision in buying a one town or a two town, then that same kind of person doesn't have the mindset of what it takes to take advantage of other opportunities. Because to me, that's a no-brainer. When I see the land, I see it's by the beach. It's a beach community. I see people investing over there and people already starting building. For me,
Right.
it's a no-brainer. I know that's where I want to be. So it's going to be one of the many properties that I acquire in Liberia and develop in Liberia within the years to come. So I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful that I got my piece of land out there, and I'll definitely be trying to get some more in other areas so I could do other things with it.
You're
Even
doing the
something
right
I
things.
thought
Yeah.
about, yeah, even
Yes.
something I thought about over there where I didn't when I went over there. There's not a lot of stuff like parks or things like
Mm.
that, recreational. So I mean, to even just build a park over there in that community. Can you even imagine that? Just to put a park, take a one lot or something, build a park so people who live there, their kids have somewhere to go, or water park, something like that. Can you imagine how much better appealing that would even make our country? Something so small as that. So that's how far back we are. That
Right.
for somebody to build a park, like in America, we don't think about parks. We just expect it. If there's a
Right.
community, you're gonna build a park. It's a no-brainer.
Right.
So I feel like those things right there, just the little tiniest things can make a huge difference. And anybody who's, you know, trying to decide whether the land is, whatever it is, scam, like if somebody's gonna scam you, they're not gonna put all the information out on the
Right. On the
internet and
internet.
show you what they're doing, show you
Right.
where their other properties are. Like it doesn't really make sense. So now that
Right.
you guys stumble across this channel, you stumble across Emma, you see what she's doing, take advantage of this opportunity that you can have somebody who can actually purchase land for you and do what they're gonna say and do it on a professional scale, not just, hey, wire me some money, he say, she
Mhm.
say. Nah. So I don't know who's out there have I didn't really think there was that many people out there having a hard time making the decision. But like I said, we
Yeah.
got two acres out there, and I plan on getting more in different areas because I just love the area. I love how it looks, And yeah, you guys need to jump on, be a part of that, because if you anywhere near my area, I promise you, people who come over there, they're gonna want to come check my area out, because that's the kind of plans I got for the area. They're gonna want to come and see it. Yo, look at what this dude done. Look how his compound. Look how he got all these other things over here. They're gonna want to come check it out. So if you anywhere near where I'm at, you're gonna have the benefit of just even being near that. You could say, hey, yeah, that dude lived right down there from me, you know. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, y'all need to jump on that. I can just imagine what you're gonna do with your place over there. So just
Yeah.
imagine all these nice houses around, all these modern houses around this community. You know, if you go to another community and buy land, if all those people in the community are not collectively on the same page, then what you're gonna have is the nicest house on the ugliest block. That's the
Yeah.
term they use over here. So what we're planning is we're gonna have the nicest houses in the nicest community. So, you know, this is a great time to be a part of that, since it's starting from the ground level. But I promise in a couple of years, these properties are not going to be over there, and you know, you're going to be feeling that feeling of regret, and it's really hard to get over that feeling.
And I'm really excited to see what you do with those properties out there. I know you are heading in the right direction from our conversations, and so I really do look forward to our business relationship. And hopefully more people can come on board to invest in Liberia. My goal really is to help in the development efforts, and that's why somebody like you is very beneficial to the effort, and also to make an impact in why having profit and having a business that is sustainable as well. So thank you so much for coming on my show. We will talk to the next guest and talk agriculture. Thank you,
Thank you.
Stefan.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Take care now.
Um, Wait a minute. Okay, so our next guest will definitely be here to talk about agriculture and her business venture that she started with me in Liberia. So I am going to be giving her a few minutes, and then we will go from there. Sorry, guys, I'm not feeling well. I'm doing the best I can to be on this live today, just because I'm a workaholic. I like to keep working. That's just what it is. But I'm not feeling good. Obviously, I think you can tell. You can hear my voice. I am just not good. But I'm doing the best I can. So anyway, who's online? How you guys doing? Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me read your comments. Let's see. Okay, next guest. Where are you? All right, there I am. Thank you, girl. I know. It's terrible. Um, I'm really doing the best I can to stay awake and be on this live because it was scheduled. I just couldn't reschedule. I have a lot of things to do, so I didn't want to reschedule. But thank you so much, girl. I know you've been so supportive on this channel. I appreciate all of your nice, kind messages and or comments. So thank you. Really, this show today is about testimonials of people who I have helped as far as purchasing land, establishing a new business, and construction. So, as you've heard, the gentleman said he purchased 2 acres, and he is actually he's going to start developing. I'm so excited for his progress, and all the things that he has in mind. He has a lot of great plans for Liberia, and so I do look forward to providing him with any help. that I can provide, because Liberia depends on us. Liberia does not owe any of us anything. We as citizens of Liberia, we owe Liberia a lot. And the young lady who's going to join this live, she is actually not from Liberia, but she is an investor who I found, and I told her about my country and opportunities that are present. And so she decided to come on board to invest in Liberia, a country she never been to, a country she never, thought of in the past. And so that's where we currently are. Okay, she is on right now. I will be adding her to the live. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hi, Chelsea.
Hello.
How are you? Oh no, welcome to my live show. Is your network okay? What's going on there? So
Yes.
we might be
Hello.
having a connection issues. We might be. I can hear you,
What's
but
going on? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Hey, how are you?
Bad connection. 1 second.
Okay, thank you. Guys, please be a little patient. Connection issues does happen even in the great United States, great old United States of America. For those who are currently on my live, thank you so much for tuning in, and we are here to have a discussion in terms of how we can move Liberia forward.
Good. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay now. Hello,
Yes.
hello.
Okay, great. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think you can hear me. If you can, that just
Can
do
you
like a
hear me
thumbs up. If you
okay?
can, I can hear you. Okay, I think everyone else can hear you. I hope so. If you can hear Chelsea, please give a thumbs up to this video. If not, don't say anything. Um, if you can hear her, then I know you can. Okay, so Chelsea, thank you for coming to the show. As you know, I'm not well, but I'm doing the best I can to get on this show because of the workaholic that I am, and I just do the best I can to stay within my deadlines and to meet them. So, thank you so much. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and like why Liberia? Like, how did you get to me and wanting to invest in Liberia? And what is the investment? What are you into?
Okay, well, my name is Chelsea. Well, far as where I'm from, I was born in Florida, raised in California, but my family is Bohemian. And Florida native, California raised girl, where I met the wonderful whitey Miss Emma. We actually worked together, what, 6 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And how I pretty much got into wanting to invest in Liberia. So Miss Emma pretty much presented an opportunity and well, several opportunities. And I'm actually, for those who out there who are like scared and not wanting to be scammed and different things, that's me. So of course, I trust Emma as a friend and business partner. So it did take a while, definitely shoot me. But this year it was different because my whole thing was fear. So and I always was told by my grandfather, never let the fear of failing overjoy the triumph of participating.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran with that, and I'm like, you know what?
Uh,
I'm
the network.
tired of just like watching everything transpire after I've said no or I'm
So Chelsea, we're
you
still
know
having some
not
technical difficulties.
telling
Can you guys
anyone
hear
I'm
her? Okay.
scared, but just the the whole no and oh, I'll think about it, or maybe I'll invest later. Hello?
I think you're better. I think you're sounding
The
much better now.
network.
I think you're sounding much better now. Hello. Okay.
Hello?
Yes. Oh my goodness, the network is really tripping right now. Chelsea, is it possible to move around a little bit? Okay. So whoever is watching, sorry for the technical difficulties. She will be right back because you guys have to hear what it is that this young lady is trying to say, and also like what kind of investment she is involved in as it relates to Liberia. Instead of being so negative about your country, this is somebody who is not from your country looking to really invest and elevate the development efforts that some of us are trying to put out there. So hang in there, hang tight. She'll be back. Why I continue to act like a British woman drinking tea all day, my people. Like I turned to British person like this whole week, drinking and drinking tea all week. Mm. Jesus. So yes, what's going on with y'all on this Saturday? For me, I'm just gonna be in my house all day. Um, After this live, I have a lot of other things to do. So I'm gonna sit back and see how we can change Liberia. That's really all I do all day. Um, so who's online? Do you have any questions? Do you have anything to add to this live? Please do. Okay. Don't make me just sit here and then stare at camera waiting for Chelsea to connect. And then we have another guest. Actually, he is actually very interesting. This gentleman, he really was a little skeptical, like to purchase anything from me, like land, as far as land. And then somebody else told him, like, what do you have to lose? Well, you do have money to lose if you trust this plenty talking girl. And so he called me and he said, "Look, I don't know you, but I'm going to trust you with my money. I'm going to purchase land." And I was like, "Look, you're also taking risks because I don't know you either. And my integrity is key, is worth more than your money for your land. And therefore, let's see what can happen." Yes, my integrity is more expensive, to be honest with you. So anyway, so we worked together and he he was very, 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 very impressed by the process. I always tell people like that we go into a contractual phase. I talk to you, we establish a contract, you have your people go and assess the land and everything else. It becomes legit. You feel it in your bone, your soul that it's legit. We therefore go to the next process or phases of the project or getting that land. A survey, probate, cornerstone, your land deed, all of that, is given to you. That's a high level of transparency because you know what? My integrity, my name, my brand is more expensive than your price of your land deed. Okay. So now that I've said all that, oh my goodness. Chelsea, where are you, girl? Come back to this life. I was telling somebody yesterday that I think I joined the British Army because in England they drink a lot of tea. Um, so for the past week, I've been drinking a lot of tea. Like literally this cup per day, I would say I consume about 6 to 7 of this cup, of this. So tea now becomes my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, and my nighttime. So typically I eat 3 times a day, but I've been drinking more than 6, 7 times per day. So there's that. Let's see. Interesting. I'm still interested in the waterfront land. Don't forget about me. Yes, girl. We still have the beachside property. This is where a lot of people are buying, and the gentleman who bought two acres there, that's where he bought it. And his project, when I've seen some of his vision, or when I've heard some of his vision and what he wants to do on that land, I'm just very fascinated with what it is he wants to do on that land. And a lot of other people have been making inquiries. A lady just bought an acre there from Texas. So people are really buying. And like I said, my integrity is more important than your land price. So whoever is afraid that, okay, if I give this girl my money, I don't know what she's going to do with it. I put my projects on this YouTube. I've also talked to you guys about my projects here. I come on here, I run my mouth all the time. You guys see me, you guys have my emails, and so I'm sometimes it puzzles me as to why I'm going to take somebody a $1,500, $1,600 when that is just way, way, way below my pay grade. I don't understand. So, but you don't have to. I think a lot of times what people forget to know is that I come on this YouTube because I want to serve as a motivator for a lot of some negative Nancy's out there about Liberia, or because you've experienced some level of failure in Liberia. You think, oh, I can't do anything in Liberia. Therefore, after you have experienced some level of failure, you want to discourage other people, and that's not right. Just because you failed somewhere doesn't mean another person is going to fail. So you don't want to discourage people and say, oh, you don't want to invest in that country. At the end of the day, that's your country. No one else is going to fix it but you. Unless you don't care for Liberia. But at the end of the day, that's where you're from. You would not deny Liberia because Liberia is yours. And therefore, we all have to make the impact. A lot of our skills can help make an impact in Liberia. If you are a janitor, you still make an impact. If you're into nursing, you still make an impact. Whatever field that you have been in out of Liberia is still very impactful to Liberia's development. So we all can make a difference. Okay, for me, I could really sit here in this good old country and enjoy my money and buy houses and flip them and do everything else I could do. But a lot of my funds go to Liberia's development effort because I really do believe in us Liberians to make the difference. That's why I come on here and I help you guys with construction. I talk about my poetry. I talk about agriculture. I talk about real estate, and I talk about things that I personally know because I want to be able to serve as an example and also to motivate you to go back to the country that you are from. Other people are doing it in Ghana, for instance. Ghanaians are leaving their country to make a substantial impact. What about you? You can make an impact. And you see, even my eyes are watery. I'm still on here because you know what? Liberia is so dear to my heart, and I pledge to make a difference. And I think a lot of you can still make the same difference, regardless of your economics, the status, your economical status, or regardless of how much money you earn or your education level, any of that. Anyway, I'm losing my words, but you got the gist of all of it. So keep up the good work. We appreciate your love from Mama Library. Yes, 231 will always be dear to my heart. That's where I'm from. I come to America. I have PhD. I have all the doctorate. I will still go to Liberia and help in development effort because at the end of the day, when I leave this earth, they will say, you know what, this girl made such an impact in people's lives, and that's my goal. I don't come on YouTube to eat anybody $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. To be quite honest with that, so very little change of money I do not care for. So what your little consultation fee does is that it employ people. So the people who serve as security for all the properties that people are buying, I pay them. The supervisors, the people who construction, all those people, those are people that I employ, and therefore they're able to help their families, that will feed their family. Your money is not paying anything for me, to be quite fair with you. It's mostly going to people in Liberia. I'm funding some kids' school fee, pay a guy, my security, he funds his kids to go to school. You know what I mean? I help in that direction. So when I come on here, it's really to help all of us and to alleviate some of the negativity that people spread out there about doing stuff in Liberia. Yeah, if you had your experience and things didn't work out for you, unfortunately, I'm very sorry. I apologize that it didn't work out for you. But don't go spreading things to another person to say, don't that country, oh no, don't go to that country because I had a bad experience. No, maybe strategically you had a bad experience. Maybe you didn't plan well. Maybe you depend on your family. Maybe you are so broke and so cheap, and you decide giving money to your family members and not paying someone else who is efficient. will do well for you, and at the end of the day, you feel miserable. Okay, but however, as an investor, as somebody who's making a change, you have to understand that you have to take risk. In order for you to gain, you have to put in order for you to your business to be sustainable and effective and make money, you have to put in money. And there's something called affordable loss at the beginning of a business. You will always have some level of loss, right? You're going to lose money at the beginning, but then once you strategize and you have some level of consistency and you have the right people, you start to see the fruit of your labor. So that's why I try to encourage all of you. I know we can all do the best we can. Again, you don't always have to go through me, but I think some of my videos I've said it, like some mistakes to avoid, things that you can do to be more successful. I've said those things in my videos. So for people who always have question about that, please do not hesitate to go any other route you can, but at least at the end of the day, you take something from my channel and it helps you. It helps in your decision making process and on completion of your project. Unfortunately, I've heard so many horror stories. Just the past few days, I read over 26 emails of people who said, oh, somebody took like $40,000 from them, and somebody stole 24,000. They said they were building something for them, but that the building never went up, and it's just a lot of stories. It brings tears to my own eyes. It's not my project, but it brings tears to my eyes that a lot of people work so hard here and they're making some foolish decisions still, and that's what I want to help with. Perhaps if you say, I don't want to go with you, I can always give you another advice, in terms of the direction to go to. So let me see. Ah, geez, Yeah, so I do see you guys are still online here. I thought you guys already left. But oh, my tea is gone and I need more tea. Oh my goodness, British Army. I'm still in the British Army. Yeah, sorry, woman people. When people, what's up? Yeah, are y'all gonna ask questions here? And or I'm just gonna be sitting here, just talking a lot. I definitely cannot keep talking because my eyes are getting redder every single minute. I'm not feeling that great. Um, but this thing was already scheduled, so I don't have a choice but to go along with it. And then after that, I can rest up. Except I'm not gonna be resting. Anyway, what's going on? So this girl, yes, girl, I Mama Liberia is our home. So do the best you can, right? Anyway, the gentleman is gonna be coming back on. He's gonna be logging on soon, and so I shall await him for a little bit, and then once the interview is done, I can answer any questions that you guys may have. For those who are currently watching. All right. What's up? What's up with y'all, man? What's up? What's up? My people, you're not make me. Let me play African music for yourself. Yeah, that one. Uh, all right, this is not a Liberian music, so you're sorry. This music is from Zambia. But anyway, I don't think YouTube want this in my stuff. So anyway, so yeah, so what's up, y'all? What's going on? What other question you guys have for Liberia and the work that we are trying to do and the movement that we are trying to have going on? Let me know. I will respond to your questions and then go from there. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Mm, I don't think y'all can talk. Shit, what's going on here? What is this? Yes, girl. Yes, yes. Okay, so you're she said we are here to learn. Girl, what you trying to learn? Okay, you can ask. I mean, I'm just waiting for, some of the guests on here. I'm sick and I'm still up here, and then guests are taking so much time to log in and to come on, and it's just kind of very interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. But some people just don't understand corporate anything. So being on time is not in our blood, my people. You want me to speak Kolokwa? Uh, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people. What you want to learn? What you guys? Any questions you guys have? I think that helps to. I can just sit here and talk too much. I think somebody said I talk too much. When I went to Liberia and I was going to Bannersville and Brewerville's area, and somebody was said this girl can talk too much only because I said Bana Bekeba. It's like you're eating Eba. So the gentleman said, well, he's not a gentleman. He's not such a gentleman now. But he goes, oh my God, this girl talk too much. Show us a place and stop talking too much. I guess he didn't like the commentary. But I mean, how boring would it be if I don't, add add some spice to it? It's like drinking pepper soup. There's no spice. What kind of foolishness is that? Anyway, let me just tell you a little bit about myself, okay? My favorite soup is tabagi. My second favorite soup is potato greens. So, even though I'm a Kruger, I don't really care for palm butter. I know that really can surprise a lot of people. But, though you guys know my favorite Liberian food, tabagi and potato greens. What else? What else about me? Shoot. I don't know anything else. My parents are from Grand Crew County. I lived in Grandsis for some time. I used to walk to Backleville. We used to go to Picnices. We used to go to Plebo, which is in Maryland. We used to go to Harper, Maryland. We used to go to Rocktown or Fishtown, some town. We used to go to when I was younger. And so yeah, I think I know Grandsis still. When I tell my parents and I started to name some areas, they always say, "Oh my God, how do you remember all that stuff?" Well, I really have some good memories there. Um, hmm. Oh, this is a recent question that a lot of people has been asking me. Is if I'm gonna do anything healthcare in Liberia. Yes, already in healthcare here is my expertise. I have a lot of expertise in healthcare here, and that just has to do with like the management aspect of healthcare and to just make sure that everything in healthcare is sustainable, from just credentialing to budgetary aspect, operational aspects, staff management, all of that healthcare related. Like you can put me in JFK and I can transform that whole place. I'm not kidding. But anyway, so that's my expertise. That's what my master's is in, and so when it comes to healthcare, yes. But do I want to establish a healthcare practice in Liberia? It's I hate to say no. Our time is not empty. Advantage of the opportunity investing and building in Liberia. Not 10 years from now, it will be too late. Girl, you hammered home. That is so true. If we don't take advantage of the opportunities that Liberia presents to us now, we are going to sit back and regret. It's going to be too late. And this is where maybe one day I would just have my glass of wine and I'd be like, you see, I used to tell them, nobody listen. But we have to take advantage. That's why I'm going to, oh, my next guest is coming. Oh, Mr. Toba. Hi, Mr. Toba.
How are you, Mr. White? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. A lot of people are watching right now. So I just want to welcome you to my channel.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be on your show. You are doing great things, and I like
Thank
it.
you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a little heads up about Mr. Tobo, and then he can, go from there. So this gentleman was the one who I was telling you about. He just purchased a land, and he is a Liberian. He can talk to you guys everything else about himself, who he's married to, who he's not. I'm just kidding. Everything else he can talk about himself and where in Liberia he's from. So yeah, Mr. Tobo, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. Once again, thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it. It's an honor to be on your platform. To our Liberian people, I am Liberian, born and raised in Monrovia, Liberia, Gainesville, New Georgia area. I've been in the United States since 2006. Uh, Currently, I'm active duty military and, also a businessman trying to, help my beautiful country, Monrovia, Liberia, and do my part. I take us, the new generation, the youth, to make the change that we want to see.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So, why in Liberia did you live? Like before you came here, what other parts did you live?
Yes, in Liberia, I was pretty much over, but my main area would be New Georgia, what we call New
Okay,
Georgia.
Ninja
Yeah,
Este, yeah, Ninja
yeah,
Este.
New Georgia. Yep, yep.
Okay, okay, okay. So you've decided that okay, I want to give back to my country. I want to invest. Why do you want to invest in Liberia? Like, why?
Because two things, right? So you can never forget where you come from, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something I was taught growing up. Never forget where you come from, no matter what the situation or the circumstance that you might find yourself in. I feel like Liberia is a great country, and I'm proud to be a Liberian.
Mm-hmm.
There is no perfect country on earth. Even the great United States, they have their flaws as well. So being from Liberia and being a Liberian, I look back at my country and see what my people are going through, and it makes me feel sad. And what am I doing? What part, Mr. Tobo is doing to help better the country instead of being the United States? We have brother and sisters who we label as Zogos and Zogas. They didn't choose to live that life. Some of them were forced into it during the war and they just have no way out. Some of them lost their parents and guidance during the war. So now they have no, opportunity. They have no way to means to survive. Not to make excuses for them, but if you go on the whole day without eating, it kind of question your character, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
decision some of them are making. So I feel like I need to, do my part. It take like you said, one man can change the world, but it take me to make, do my part, be an influence to that change that I want to see. So
Absolutely.
that's all I'm doing, and I myself not perfect, and I know my country is not perfect, but I just doing my part um, to help Mother Liberia.
Absolutely, absolutely. You are spot on, and I think each individual change can bring substantial impact. We don't have to go in large numbers, but if one person does great here, another person does great on the other side, we get it's a great change for the country. It
Absolutely.
moves the country forward versus we being stagnant or going backwards. So that's very good. I want to talk to you about the land that you recently purchased. Before I go into that, what were you thinking of? This girl on YouTube, she run her mouth too much. Why did you think you wanted to purchase land from me, right? Like, why did you think you wanted to go through my channel to purchase a property?
So, like I said earlier, I'm all for Liberia, or I
Mhm.
support my people. I follow your channel. I will actually refer about a friend. They were like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you got to follow this Liberian girl. She is very nice. She have a nice personality, and she's a business-minded person." So that's make me draw my attention to you. I was like, okay, let me check her out. So when I check out your video, it's about a land in Brewerville. Now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see what she's about because I have
Mhm.
previously purchased another land. Going through the process is crazy. Everybody know how the land business in Liberia. People scamming and duping people out of that money. But when I encounter you, it was not my first transaction. Like I said, I did it with other agents, other people. But with you, it was like I don't know how to describe it, but it was very professional, very world class service. I will say that. Like I didn't know who you were, you didn't know who I was, and I asked you some tough questions, and you were like, "Well, you can give me the try, and you will see where it lead to." And that's what I like. You don't have to be perfect, but once I start working with you, I would say the business was flawless. You communicate consistently with me, or your team down home, they communicate with you, and my team back home communicated with your team back home. So it was a great team effort, and like I said, your professionalism and transparency was key, right? I purchased another land back home. Just a little history before you guys. It caused a turmoil. I have to go to court. I have to
Wow.
go to the town people and all a lot of crazy stuff. People had to flee the
Wow.
counties, flee the country, and it was very chaotic. I had to, go through some hoops just to get everything, clear
Wow.
up. Yes, but with you, like I said, y'all was like I was sleeping. I had no thought about it. I used to go to bed peaceful and wake up knowing that you would take care of it, and you did. You did. I
Yeah.
follow up with you, and you follow up with me. So once again, I'm very, very, proud of what you're doing and proud of your hard work and dedication on making Liberia, successful.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. When I tell people that, hey, when you're before you buy the land, you can sign a contract with me, and so like when you had to sign the contract, like how did you feel about that?
The contract, that was one thing that made me say, okay, she is very professional. She's very serious. She know what she's talking about. Because my previous transaction, there was no contract. It was all word of mouth. It was like, yeah, I got you, Mr. Tobo. Just send X, Y, and Z, and everything will be good. But with you, you made me sign the contract, and that's kind of, you know, give me a different mindset about you, and I feel more comfortable with the contract going. Even though I don't even know who you are as a stranger, but because of the contract, it gave me a little bit of comfort in moving forward.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, guys. So what he's referencing as far as the contract, like I previously stated, is that before you purchase land from me, or before I facilitate your process, you're gonna sign a contract that says if anything happens to the land, Emma is responsible. That's it. Because if somebody else come, you don't want to go through the court stuff. You're gonna come directly back to me, get your funds. None of that. You know what I mean? So that's what the contract does for you. And also, I have a guy there who's a security who looks after the land after you purchase it. So to ensure that your land is clean and is clear, and that you can come back whenever you're ready to develop. And please, I hope people don't take 10 years to develop the land, but whenever you come back to develop, that is still there. So that's what the contract is. And I've been telling people about it. You and along with other people have been purchasing land, and I'm glad that people are really involved in this development process. Do you know what you want to put on there, or you don't want to share? It's fine.
Yes, I like to keep it, private,
Okay.
so to keep people surprised. Yeah.
Okay, I would like to visit your site one day anyway. So
Of course. But
sounds
of
good.
course, during the process, I will keep in contact with you and
Okay.
your construction team, like you notify
Okay.
me about. So I will keep you informed. But as far as the public, I would just let it keep it private for now.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And point taken. Anything else that you would like to share with Liberian people who are skeptical to like do business here, or like in Liberia, or perhaps go through me? I always tell them you don't have to. I just provide a level of transparency. I'm trying to help our people to all like really develop Liberia and play our role. But there are some people who are skeptical, like, oh, this guy just a YouTube person who just talked. Is there anything else that you can tell them?
Yes, absolutely. Well, first off, in the development process of Liberia, we got to understand as Liberian, uh, we are not perfect, right? So there is
Hmm.
no perfect way to develop the country. However, you have to start somewhere. You have to take chances. And I think people are still stuck in the old mindset about the country is corrupt. People will steal your money, people will run away, and you ain't going to hear from them. But we have to break that curse. We have to stop thinking like that. That's how we will move forward. Not to say there's no corruption going on,
Right.
but we as the youth, the upcoming generation, we have to, like I said, make the change we want to see instead of
Absolutely.
pointing fingers to, the people that is currently in power, right? As far as starting a business, my best advice would be like just start. You have to start somewhere, and you have to trust your instinct, and you have to have a second eye. Trust your people you're doing business with, and then have a second eye. Trust and verify. Like once I got in contact with you concerning the property, I sent my team to go,
Yep.
sap the area and do that background check of what
Yep.
I'm getting into. Just have a solid team and trust but verify whatever information you are receiving. But
Exactly.
do not be afraid of failure. You're gonna fail. Even myself, I have encountered a lot of failure during my whole, trying to develop my country, Liberia. I have had some failure, but I would say the success story is worth it. And at the end of the day, you're not doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for, the development to better Liberia.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. And yes, as he said, you guys, if you decide to purchase a piece of property, I always say, hey, make an appointment with my folks. You can go take a look at it, tour and everything. And if you're satisfied, then we'll move forward. This is not just,
Absolutely.
oh, send me money to do it. It doesn't work for that, people. So, and even then, you pay 70%, everything is probated, your land is given to your people, then you pay the rest of the money. That's just how I've done this whole process. So yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Tobo, for coming on my show. I appreciate it. If you want to stick around, talk to the people, you can go ahead. If you want to have a pleasant day, you sure can. And yeah,
Yeah, I'll stick around if there's any question anybody have for me. I'll answer it. If not, I can, have a great evening.
all right. Do y'all have any questions? Please type it there. If you have any questions for Mr. Tobo, he can answer your questions. If not, he will go on by his day. So I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to write your questions below, and then we'll go from there. Okay, 1 minute starts now.
Yeah, but like I was saying, you're doing a great thing, and I appreciate your effort. And you are really like every time I go on your channel, it's like new contents, valuable information, and most importantly, transparency. I
Thank you.
like
I
that
really
of you.
appreciate it. I
Yeah,
really appreciate it. That's my goal. We all really just have to contribute. Even if it's a tiny bit of contribution,
absolutely.
we all can. So yeah. Do y'all have any questions, people? My people, my people. I want me to speak a little quiet. Anyway, Mr. Toba, I really appreciate taking the time. I know it's on a Saturday. This is when people should be out, just chilling. But you
Yeah,
took the time to be on my show, so I really want to extend my appreciation sincerely.
thank you. All right,
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
All right. Take care. So, my people, the Play Talking Guy is back. I don't have GYC gray a couple, my people. It's just I'm still, congested a little bit. So yes, as I was saying, our sister here was saying that, if we wait and have such delays, then we will be very sorry and it will be late. because even for the land that's being sold around the Burrillville belt, Nigerian own about 10 acres. How does a Nigerian leave Nigeria to go to Liberia and own 10 acres? When it was the last time a Liberian went to Nigeria to own 10 acres there, I want to see that person. It's very sad that foreigners are just buying things and foreigner businesses are progressing and our Liberians are keep negative Nancy's or just keep talking about, oh, that country, that country, that country. But guess what? The Indians are successful. The Lebanese are successful. The Guineans are successful. So why is it you, my Liberian people, why y'all gotta keep being so negative about stuff? You don't think those people can't, can leave and say, you know what, that country cannot be successful. They're there, they're having businesses and they're working together. I think one of the things that has been very effective in the Lebanese community is the togetherness of their businesses. If you go to the grocery stores in Liberia that are owned by Lebanese, one Lebanese person does not own the store. Let me just tell you the secret right now. One Lebanese person does not own the store. They have 5 to 6, 7 Lebanese that own the store. So each aisle has one person who owns it. So if there's water aisle, it's owned by one person. If there is produce aisle, it's owned by one Lebanese. And then it just continues. Then by 6, 7 people own everything in the store. So it's not one person, but the problem we have, and excuse me, I don't want my thing to die here. The problem we have is that we don't want to partner with our fellow Liberians because we want everything to be ours. Why do we have this issue? Um, Spread the wealth, my people. I think if 10, 20 Liberians come together and decide to put money together, let's say you come here and say, Emma, I want $10,000. We are 10 other people who can put 10,000. 10,000 is 100,000. So yeah, we have 100,000. And we decide, you know what, we're gonna put down a nice real estate company, or perhaps a real estate, apartment, luxury apartments. Let's just start with 100 grand. 10 people, dedicated, committed people can do it. But the problem is that I want to say I have this. John Paul want to say he has this, and it just creates lots of one individual lifestyle, and it goes like, we need to desist. We need to think about collaboration and successful businesses in corporate America. They're successful because of collaboration. When you see people say, "I partner with this person," it's not because they're silly. It's because the math shows and the facts shows that it yields more profit than not. So Liberians, we really have to really increase our collaboration efforts. We have to coordinate instead of being so negative. Oh, Liberia, this, that country there, the people they put all kind of thing there, correct, you just run your mouth. And then you another person starts to talk about it, and then you bap in your eyes. I will speak on the quarter yesterday. That's what I've been doing. We have to collaborate. We have to understand that when it comes to business, there is risk involved. You go out your house, there's risk. You could fall, you could get hit, and I'm not praying for any of it. But risk could happen in it. Things could happen anytime. You're taking a risk the moment you step out. So when it comes to investing in Liberia, and perhaps if you don't have a business mind, you say, you know what, I didn't go to school for business. That's fine. What else are you good at? Have you assessed your skills? For those on my live right now, I want you guys to sit down. Sit down, get a piece of paper, ask yourself and say, okay, what am I good at? Maybe I know how to braid hair. Maybe I know how to get on the phone and have excellent customer service. Assess your skills and ask yourself what kind of impact you can make in Liberia. Please do that. It's the mindset, my sister. This generation has to change. Indeed, it's the mindset. Everybody in Liberia can be doctors. Everybody in Liberia can sing. Everybody in Liberia cannot do the same thing. But we got to come together. That's the only way I get on this channel. I don't get on this channel because I want to be a YouTuber. I don't. Because we don't have a lot of people, giving Liberia a positive uplift. That's why I'm on this channel. In addition to my experiences and some of the businesses that I do in Liberia and how I can help all of you, for us to all collaborate It's an effort that I'm putting into that. It's a movement that when I look back, my kids look back, when I have kids, when they look back, they can say, wow, this is what my mom started with a group of people. And then we can all be very proud of our efforts, that we play a role. It's not as what your country can give you, what you can give your country. That's what you always have to think about. You go to Australia, you go to Canada, you go to America, it will never be your home. Liberia will always be your home because you know what? That's where you're from. I don't care how much you denied it. That's where you're from. So I really encourage you, okay, guys, think about this for a second. Let us see how best we can offer our skills to Liberia. As always, I'm an open book. I tell y'all, well, when it comes to business, I'm open book. Personal stuff, I'm not an open book. How we can all come together and make the change that we want to see in Liberia. You go to Liberia, you see, oh, people are corrupt at the airport. Have you ever asked yourself how much are these people being paid? Have you asked yourself how many jobs are going around of which your brother and sister are in the streets? Have you have you asked yourself? You go Liberia and people are just running wheelbarrow and on the street and hustling. But have you asked yourself, maybe if I have an agriculture business, I could employ more than 100 people? Have you asked yourself? That's the question you need to ask yourself. What kind of impact are you creating in that country? That's what we need to ask ourselves. And I've heard, oh, Emma, I don't have 50,000. I don't have 100,000. Please, you do not need to have 100,000. You can start small. If you don't even have the skills, partner up with, like the young gentleman said, the first gentleman, he said, partner up with like-minded individuals. Partner up with people who know what they're doing, and then you obtain knowledge and keep and go. I'm a resource. I keep telling you people I'm on this channel, I'm a resource. It's not because I know everything, but because I know people here and I know people here and I know people here and I also have some of my own knowledge and I combine it. And so if I don't know any information, I refer you to somebody who does. And the knowledge gets spread around and we all start to make gradual impact. And I'm very thankful for people who have watched this channel and really the fire under the butt. They recently started moving. I'm very, very glad that people are making a difference in Liberia because of this channel. And my eyes are red, but I want to cry because every time I sit down and the Nigerian or Ghanaian say, Liberia, what is Liberia? And I say, do you remember back in the day? Yeah, I used to go to Liberia. But that's back in the day. It's like me talking about Manchester United winning all the trophy back in the day. They're still the best team, but not as of recent. So when people say, oh, Liberia was back in the day and Liberia isn't what it's supposed to be, it's true. But who can change the narrative? It's us. Let us get out of the mindset that, oh, I can't make a difference because I don't have enough money. You can make a difference. You can make a difference. People graduate from university in Liberia and they say, you know what? I can make a difference because I don't have a job. You can make a difference. Go in a community and mentor. You can make a difference. So I will encourage all of you that you put down your skills, something you're capable of doing, and see how you can make an impact. Part of a business is to solve a problem and to make an impact. You get into business to make profit and to make an impact. I hope is to make an impact as well. That entertainment center, I keep talking about it. When it finish, all the people are hired, they will be able to help their children. Their children will help their children because there's something they're doing is better than $0. That's my goal. That poultry that I have in Bumi that's supplying people eggs, in Bumi we're trying to spread out to Douala to bring more eggs. We've hired people to be security, to be farmer, to be supervisors. And now we recently start producing our own feed. The people grinding the feed, the workers too. Making an impact. Make an impact. Don't just sit on internet and talk about how your country is so bad up. You are bad up. You are a reflection of Liberia because you know you are a Liberian, regardless of what you say. You are still Liberian. So some of us, when we say that, some people talk negative of Liberia. Well, at least I'm contributing. It's not enough though, but it's a little bit. And so I'm gonna stop preaching because guys, I'm not feeling to do great. We gotta make a difference, okay? We really got to make a difference because for me, honestly, the kind of money I make here, I could just buy houses and flip them here and invest in real estate and go on vacation every 2 weeks. But I just spend my money in Liberia because I believe in that country and I believe I owe Liberia a lot. I need to give her a lot. And you guys can do the same. You construct a nice home. You're giving the country a facelift, right? Some kind of lift you're giving the country because it's a new construction effort. You get into onion farming. There's agriculture. Agriculture is so much you can do in agriculture. That lady who was supposed to be on my live today, but her internet connection is not stable. She's an American. She's an investor who also have people wanting to invest in Africa, but they wanted to go to Ghana. And I said, no, come to Liberia. Therefore, she made the conscious effort to say, you know what, I will trust you. But I didn't just go talking too much. I presented numbers. I presented a proposal. She saw that it made sense. And she bought the proposal. And we have a 50 acres of land in Bond Mines that we are going to start processing juice. Where in Liberia anybody making juice? You gotta think outside the box. You gotta think about collaboration, my people. If you don't have money, you think about how I can bring people to invest. And the other question is, Emma, the government is not protecting our investments. That's partially true, and that's partially excuses. Okay? Let me just tell you. Is the government protecting Indian people properties there? 100% yes. Because you know what? I know the president of Blue Crest University, and I've had a conversation with him. He's an Indian guy. And when I asked him, I said, are you protected in Liberia? He said, yeah. Why is a Liberian will sit down and say that now the properties won't be protected? Do you go the right route? Are you engaged in the right things? Are you speaking to the right people? Or you just want to sit in fear? Let us desist from excuses. Let us change our mindset. Let us collaborate with each other. Let us learn things we don't know. Let us pretend like we don't know so we can gain more knowledge. That will really help us. A lot of people are still in this life. That's why I'm still here. Excuse me. Do I see great cough, my people? Yes, sorry. So, I would just leave you with a few words. I get on my channel, like I said, to encourage, to give you guys more information, and the information that you need, like even for the healthcare information. Dr. Kaba, one of your top hospital doctors in Liberia. I had a conversation with him. He gave me the information. I told him, that's good. I heard the information. I would need a paper of that information to not only study, but to digest it and go back to him and say, why are certain things certain way? You need to ask a why question. You need to ask a lot of how questions. You need to keep asking questions. That's how you gain so much knowledge. Some of my videos, though, some representatives have seen my videos, some of which have contacted me, actually. And my proposal has been, you people need to do something about this land issue. People are purchasing land and buying it twice and having to go to court and nothing comes out of it. So while I am talking to you people on here, doesn't mean I'm not doing background work. You want to be protected, you can be protected, but don't let that stop you from even making a step. Yeah. So what I'm going to leave you with is Liberia depends on you, okay? Anything you want to do, Liberia does depend on you, and I know you can do it. For me, have I lost a lot of money in Liberia before? If I tell you no, that's a blinking lie. That portrait, I lost money. Well, before that portrait right now in bombing became the bigger portrait it is now, I started a portrait on Roberts Street Highway, which me knowing that that was not even the right location in the first place is becoming more commercialized and it's becoming like residential areas and stuff. First of all, it's not a good place, and secondly, I didn't know who the damn farmers were. Right? It's not even a farm. Thanks. It was not even a farm. The farmer owner went to USAID training in Kakata for 1 month, and I thought she was ready to farm. That was a mistake. But guess what? I learned from that mistake. I lost some money. But I didn't, it's not, I was not deterred. It didn't stop me from having a farm in Bombing County that is not supplying eggs. I share this story because I'm letting you know failure is not an option for giving up. You can't, because you fail, according to Warren Buffett, billionaire, he said, if you don't fail when you try to have a business, you have not started anything. Don't be afraid to fail because that will allow you to learn how to proceed better. So I failed before. So many of y'all think I just come on here and just start doing everything go well. No, no, no. I had failure to where I told myself, Liberia. And I was like, no, Liberia didn't do anything to you. You messed up. I had to shake myself out of that foolish conversation. And thereafter, I partner up. This is where the partnership comes in. I'm a business person, but my expertise in business is in healthcare management. So I can manage any healthcare facility for you right now, you know. But I'm not versed when it comes to farming. So the only thing I can manage as it relates to a farm is the operational aspect, budgetary aspect, partnership, anything else as it relates to the business itself. But when it comes to the farming, I'm not versed in it. But guess what? I still had a vision to have this portrait. Therefore, I partner with somebody who is into agriculture. My partner, he's in Finland. He's Liberian by blood, 100%. But he is into agriculture. He knows the nitty gritty of farming. I called him up and I told him, I said, look, this vision would not die. You are going to come with me and be my partner. And that's how this whole poultry farm started. But that's the beauty of a partnership. But this story is to tell you that yes, you when you fail at first, you keep trying. You need to try a different strategy in order for you to be more successful the next time. And that's why success, my eyes are red, oh my sister. But you got to partner up with people. You got to talk to the right people. And there's no such thing as little funds. I don't have too much money. You are never gonna have too much money. That's why I tell my staff at work. They always say, "Oh, boss, I need a salary increase." Well, you can have a salary increase. You're always still gonna be needing more money. It's just a fact. You will never stop needing more money. So, but if that will be the case of which you don't start, then you're really in for a rude awakening, my people. Gotta start somewhere. You gotta partner up. You gotta align your vision with people who also are not just thinking like you, but who can actually sit with you and say, you know what, we are thinking similarly. I just don't know how to get there. How do I get there? What does it hurt for you to consult with somebody who does know what they're doing? But we think we know everything sometimes. Anyway, let me make more tea and take one cough drop and get some rest. I don't like how I'm looking right now. So guys, if you don't have any questions for me, I will be living this life. I think I've said a lot, and my nose is trying to let me know that I've said a lot. So, any questions, my people? Success, what's up, girl? Do you have any questions for me while I'm on this live? GYC Gray Yakov. Oh my goodness. So, any questions, my people? Yeah, tell me. If not, I will be leaving this live and taking a nap. Any questions? I still see people here. Maybe unless I see like zero, then I'll log off. Any questions, y'all? Success, if you're here, please. Do you have any questions, girl? Uh, let's see. Do you know anyone selling riverfront land or the road land? Depends the area, because recently there's a guy. Well, I don't know if you guys see my entertainment center, but it's on Tower Hill. On Tower Hill, which is on also the Robertsville Highway. Is on Tower Hill, and the guy who sold my land 2009 to me, that land that I'm building on right now, um, he had land in Shuffling Town. I don't know if you guys know where Shuffling Town is, but he does have land. I have no connection, so I'm not gonna say until you say you pass through me. You obviously do not have to pass through me. The only land that I personally is involved in is the beachside property in Brewerville, and that's what I've helped people to purchase. So I know about that land. I do also know about farmland, so I don't know what kind of land you're looking for. I have a farmland that actually can facilitate the process for use in bond mines. Um, so that is available. Um, what is the best time to contact you? Oh, says Linda. You can always contact me. I'm home for the next God knows how many days until I feel better. So I'm typically available by 9 a.m. between 9 a.m. to like 8 p.m. So I live in Oregon, so therefore the time is like Pacific Standard Time. So if you're in the on the East Coast, you're 3 hours ahead of me. So currently it's about I don't even know what time it is, but if it's 4 o'clock right now, for example, then it will be like 7 o'clock on the East Coast. So yeah, so you can contact me anytime. Once you shoot me a text, I will always be available to converse with you. So yeah, any other questions that you guys may have? Okay, I live in. Oh, you live in Canada. So if you live, which part of Canada do you live? Because I think if you live in Edmonton, is that I don't know if that's what it's called, but you guys are like an hour ahead of me. So you can always give me a call. I typically take calls from back home anyway, late in the night. So anyway, I'm available. I can respond. Sometimes I take Sunday off to kind of just rest myself and get myself out of the business mode and just self care. But I can still respond. How much do you charge for consulting? For consultation, so it depends on the kind of consultation. So if it's like a agriculture type of consultation, it's a different price, which is typically $300 to $400, depending on really what it is. If I'm going to help you start your agriculture, finding the land, getting every process in place, and all of that. And this fund goes to my security, goes to my supervisors, and none of the security at my entertainment center. That's just my own personal thing. But any other project that I do, and person who's going to oversee that to just secure the place, it goes to my security, it goes to my supervisor, and it goes to like transportation, other logistical things. Okay, like I said, you're not paying me really. Um, I had to get on over here. Okay, girl. Sausage, what's your question, sis? Now if you're looking to purchase land, that's the constitution aspect of it. The land in Brewerville, because we are probating, we are surveying, and we are providing the cornerstones and we're providing security. There's a price breakdown. If you purchase a lot, it's different from if you purchase an acre. So you can always contact me via my email. I'm looking for a land that I can build shopping centers. Oh, I think I know a good location somewhere that would attract customers or bring customer attention. All right, so let me ask you if you're familiar with Painesville. Are you familiar with Painesville? If you are familiar with Painesville, that would be a great space for that shopping center. It's also good. It will be also be good for Robertsfield Highway because right when you're coming from the airport, Tower Hill, then Market Burst, Burstown, all these places, Dwazon. Um, the, before you reach Tower Hill, there's a need for that shopping center also. In addition to Marshall, Marshall is a very tricky place for land, so I don't really recommend anybody trying to buy land there unless you want to be cheated 3 or 4 times. But along the highway, also too would be good for the Barbecue Highway would be good for the shopping center. But God, I would kill to have something going in Painesville because that place is really going to be developing. I don't know if you guys are aware, but the Hilton Hotel will be constructed there. And if a Hilton Hotel, which is like one of the major brands, worldwide, is going to Liberia to develop a hotel there, it speaks something to you because obviously they're doing the market analysis and they see the need. They see that it can become profitable in Liberia where people say there's no money. So yes, Painesville, honestly, oh God, I would kill to have property there. I try to inquire some land about some land there, make some inquiries about land there, but they're like, oh, it's behind me. I was like, yeah, thank you. So you can make some hard inquiries. I'm mostly looking for it on Robertsfield Highway because my house project is going on there. Okay, I don't want to be too far from my business area. That's good. So yes, there's some gentleman. His name is Mr. Lloyd. He has land in Shuffling Town. Shuffling Town is on the Robertsfield Highway too. I also have to make inquiries for this lady who wants to build a clinic. So when I call Mr. Lloyd tonight, when I ask Mr. Lloyd if he still has land in Shuffling Town, I can let you know, but please contact me via my email. Okay, so are the roads getting better? Are the roads getting better? Okay, so in reference to what? Because I know recently Somalia Drive, they finished the whole they completed the road over there. There are parts of Liberia that some of the roads are done. There definitely can be some improvements, of course, as always, and anywhere else. There will always be needing more improvements in those areas. But I would say gradually things are picking up. Um, Especially, I know when I was going to, not Bannersville, what is this place called? Um, some type of estate I was going to when I was in Liberia recently. They were really, fixing the roads on that side of town. So yeah, some improvement. The roads from the airport, it's been extended, right? So of course, that improvement is gradually taking place to expand the lanes to 4 lanes. So one thing before I left, when I went to Liberia, I was like, yeah, those were not going to do anything, please. I went there and yeah, I was doing some survey around the area and I was talking to the people who were relocating from there because they're expanding the roads and they started some work along the way and also like planting light poles along the way to make sure that the whole place is electrified and from what I've talked to some people on the Capitol Hill, they also have that development effort as far as the lights and to make sure that by sometime this year end of this year beginning of next year that whole place is electrified. One thing I'm very happy of about as it relates to Liberia's development is the light. I saw some people in Kakata, people who in like mud houses even have light because this is all over Kakata now stay. So like the electricity system it's I've seen much better improvement. I was there 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, I didn't go last year just because of coronavirus, but I just came back. So it really has improved. So yes, there's some improvement. I mean, there can always be more to be done there. So don't forget to like the chat as you tune in. Yes, girl. Yes, better tell them, tell them. Any other questions? I like the engagement. I like the engagement, man. I will surely contact you. I prefer on the road because it's business. Uh-huh. No, but honest to be fair with you, along the Robertsville Highway, because of the roads that they are constructing, right, to expand the lanes, they've taken some people that are on the road, from there. So you could get a space, but it's not gonna be currently on the road because they're expanding the road, but it will still be very close by for people to have easy access to get to your center. So that would be very good. Do you offer management services to real estates? Management services. This is something that I'm partnering up with somebody who wants to have a strong staffing agency in Liberia. um, I personally would not be owning that business, but this is something that I'm just providing some level of guidance because before I work as a quality manager in the US, I also did consultation for like hospital, the Dignity Health Hospital here. So I did consultation for them. So I kind of worked partially too with staffing agency when I was doing my internship. So I kind of know how that stuff works. So I've been helping somebody to establish something like that. And of course, having really quality people to lead that effort, that's something that we can always provide you with people who are capable to manage your businesses that you may have. So yeah, so you can always contact me via my email is jarnyeh@gmail.com, and then I can obviously respond to you and we can talk more about that. Having somebody to provide management services for real estate. That's a very good question, though. I mean, real estate anywhere, right? It's very lucrative, but if it's managed well, then it becomes more lucrative. But if it's poorly managed, then you're screwed, and you don't want to be screwed. All right, you guys are asking very good questions. And yes, please contact me. That shopping center will be great for Pinsville and or the highway. Another upcoming area is Caldwell. I don't know how well you guys know Caldwell, but it's an upcoming area. And people can really, take a look at that area too. What else? What else do you guys have for me here on this beautiful Saturday? Saturday where I feel like I drinking some type of pepper soup, but I can't cook my own soup right now because I'm sick. Can you imagine? My grandma keeps saying she'll send me soup. Um, any other questions, y'all? You guys are doing good with the questions. What happened? What happened? Oh, my people, what's going on? Yeah, 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 yeah. Stop asking questions. Yeah, nah. You don't want to ask a question. um. So yes. Um. There are a lot of there are a lot of things that I'm excited to hopefully talk to people about. I need to see my African lady back there. She's just sitting there and being pretty. Yes, so there's so much more to talk to you guys about. And to give you updates too about the business ideas that I'm excited about. All right. How do you navigate within Liberia? Are you talking about like when I transportation wise, or how do I move around? Like, what do you mean? Please, can you kindly clarify? Crazy train always making noise. When I go to Liberia, if you are referring to transportation, which is one of the hardest thing in Liberia, to come by, which is why I try to solve this issue of transportation. But when you get into a market and see, it might not be the right time to get into the market, get around. Okay, then you kind of have to put certain things on hold. But this transportation issue, some of you guys who know me, started the My Area app, which is like similar to Uber in Liberia. But when you look at the climate of the country, you kind of want to take a little step back with that. And then reintroduce the concept. So the concept is still there, but it had to be put on hold because obviously with COVID time, it was not a when doing feasibility study, honestly, it was not a good time to get into the market because people were not traveling as far as the target audience. But now let's just go back to your question, how I navigate. I a vehicle. I mean, uh, I always have some kind of vehicle, and if I don't personally want, I don't drive in Liberia. To be honest with you, I don't drive in Liberia, and it's not because I'm anything else, but it's because the truth of the matter is I don't have any patience, and Liberians would sit um, somebody would just get out of the car and then, you're just sitting there and say, oh my God, what is happening here? And I don't have any patience for that because I will curse somebody out. So I have somebody else drive. I'm just, reading my book and my coconut down, on the side street. But then other times, I pay this gentleman. He has a car and it's $5 an hour. And I use that too when I'm going places. I was surprised when you said that the building cost. A little spent 18K on my third building foundation. Okay. This is the next video that I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna actually show you guys that building. If I actually tell you the mean price of that building, many of y'all will still say I'm lying. Y'all will still say I'm lying. So at the end of the day, I would just let my engineer to come on the show here to talk because I was gonna do a video and show you guys the whole house from the beginning to how it is now. Even like it's even more prettier than that picture you saw. But that house actually was constructed for 39,000. But because the guy said, my engineer Abraham said the prices are going to increase, so he's going to add $2,000 there to make it for the 1,000. That's the reason why. But I think some people want me to come on the show and tell you, say that house is 100,000 bill for what? Like, why would I come and lie on the show and say that house was for 100,000 when the people built the house for the 1,000? Like, I'm confused. So, um, we actually would be working on a couple of homes in Mount Barkley, and people are so surprised. Like, this is the estimate. Like, do you want me to lie to you? Like, I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. But the difference is that I make the negotiation for the materials. Like I said, I've established partnership with Indians. I've established partnerships with Lebanese. So when your material costs come, I called up my guys and they say something is $5. I'd be like, well, if you don't take $3, I'm going somewhere else. And they just do it. It's very simple. So oftentimes when my guys are working, I do the negotiation. It's just very simple. Even my own entertainment center that's being built. If people charge me more than they ever supposed to charge in their whole life, I tell them I'm not going to them. And they managed to bring it down to the real price. I used to work in retail. I used to work at Victoria's Secret. When people say two for $5, they're actually really giving you the price of one. Secret. So if you're buying your materials, and I do the negotiation, really that's why people prices are lower. And then there are other times where I advise my guys to get the materials from Ghana. Many people don't know that because it's cheaper. Transportation cost to transport one bag of something from Ghana is $20. So like there are secrets into these things. So yeah, that house was built for 41,000, and then, like I said, 39,000. But the guy just make it. Abraham just made it 41,000. But I can have a breakdown. My goal is to really do another video when I'm feeling better. My eyes are not red. I'll do another video and just have a price breakdown for that for the $1,000 house. It's a beautiful house, actually. Anyone who interested, I can send you the video of it. The yard is so pretty. There is a stairs in the back of the house too. It's just gorgeous, and it's the price. I will not lie to you, my people. It is what it is. Uh, Girl, you have not. Okay, can you repeat your email? Okay, J like apple, J for Jack, A for apple, R for rabbit, N for Nancy, Y for yam, N for Nancy, E for elephant, H for Henry at gmail.com. Okay. Hey, Success Nation. I just realized I have not been in Liberia for 20 years. Girl, we gotta go back home. What's up? What's up with that? Anyway, you know the reason you have not been, but Liberia is calling your name, sis. You gotta go back. I hope to see some of y'all in December when I go back. I'm not going for pledge now, but when I go back, I hope to see y'all. How many bedrooms in that house? Okay, that house, you guys. Lena, I will see a video of the house. That house has over 4 bedrooms in that house. It has 3 bathrooms in that house. It has a back patio where you climb up the stairs and go in and just sit there and relax yourself. Um, it's actually a very pretty home. It's a pretty home. The lady who has the house actually live in Minnesota, United States. And it's so funny. People really want me to say the house is so expensive. My channel is not meant for me to come and lie, oh my people. It's not. It's not meant for me to come and lie. Um, and then the $7,000 house, people apartment that I have there, people think that's so good to be true. It is true. Y'all want me to share my spreadsheet with y'all? The price of cement back when I started building that place. Did I finish? I finished building this place last September, last year September. That's when I completed my 1 bedroom apartment. The price of cement by that time was like I negotiated. It used to be like $7 for cement. I used to tell them I'm paying $6.50 for cement. That's just what it is. You don't want to take on $6.50, you can go somewhere else. But I'm buying more cement from you. The point is, I buy more quantity, you bring the price down. It's just that simple. Um, yeah, I will send it to you, sis. So you can take a look at the video after this live, and it's actually very pretty. I'm very envious of that home, actually. Um, yeah, sis. So that's why this boss move I'm making. You come go like since you haven't been back for 20 years. Oh, girl, you crack me up. Okay, how fast can you purchase a property for your clients? Okay, so the gentleman that were on here, Stephen and Mr. Topo, let me give you a timeline. You decide you want to purchase the property. The first thing I do is, do you have family member in Liberia for them to go see the land? You say yes. I make an appointment with my supervisor and my security for the land. They take you on the land. They show you around. You see if you assess the land for yourself. You come back and say, okay. You take the family member tell you, hey, I like the land. The land is pretty. Or they call you from there. You like the land. You coming back and say, hey, Emma, I would like to purchase the land from you. Okay, how many lots or how many acres would you like to purchase? I send you the agreement with your name on it. The agreement pretty much states that if anything happens to you in your land, you come back to me. I'm your insurance. I give your money back. In any case, none of that has ever happened because the land is legit and my name is out here. I'm not trying to lie to anyone. So anyway, we do that. We sign the contract. You pay 70% of the fee. You pay 70% of the fee. The land is purchased. We put your cornerstone on it. We send it for probate and archive. It takes a week for the surveyor to bring it back to us. When the surveyor brings it back, thank you, sis. So when the surveyor brings it back to me, like my team back on the ground, I ask you, do you want me to DHL your land deed, or do you want me to give it to your family member? For Mr. Topo asked me to give it to his aunt. And then for Mr. Stephen there, he actually told me to DHL his land deed. And there are other people, in Maryland who just don't want to come. And there's the older people and they don't want to get on live TV, whatever, to talk about their business. But, some of them, I was able to get a copy of them. They said it should be kept to their family member. So in totality, if you can give me 2 weeks, I will get your land deed to you. That's just how it works. Okay. Yeah, that's my email. That's my email, sis. I'm hungry. Nobody already can say fufu. Jesus. So yeah, any other questions? I'm here at your service to answer your questions that you may have. Um, Any other questions that you guys have while I'm still over here running my mouth? My negotiable skills will be on point this December when I'm elevating. That's a secret. That's really is a secret. I keep telling people in my videos that the only reason why you spend so much money on construction or on your materials because you have poor negotiation skills. But we can change that. You know, the thing with Liberia though is the secret, let me tell you, is this. You have only Indians, all right, Lebanese, right, selling building materials. And some of them know each other. That's it. They know each other. And then now Japanese came in and started selling the roofing materials. But there's only one Japanese company that sell the roofing material. What you do now is get all of their numbers, ask them what the prices are, compare the prices. Some of them have more cheaper option. Go to the cheaper option and tell them say the Japanese person right there is charging you far less. Far less. They'll be like, oh, let me see. And then you show it to them. And they say, oh no, madam, no. So okay. I'll go to the Indian guy over there. He's in Boys Town. They call you. They want your business. At the end of the day, they want your business. So you still just gotta increase your level of negotiation, and you'll be just fine. Um, they always want your business. That's all I have to tell you. You got GB? Yeah. Are you gonna are you gonna send it to me? Are you gonna send it to me, my people? Okay, so son decided to come in my blind. Okay. Yeah, so your negotiation skills can really be used in Liberia either way. Even before I started the construction company, I used to contract out, and I don't really like to use individual contractors because it's hard for you to track them down. But like I put contracts in place, and that if you run away, I have still been managed to find some people and they get so surprised. There's the gentleman who did my the bars and everything you guys see on the building there before like I started my own construction company, and he decided to go to Nuba County. No worries. I gave his name to people in Nuba County, and we found it. I came back to do my job. I mean, it's not that deep, but with these contractors, the workmanship fee is not really high. They charge based on 30% of your material cost. But if you manage to be smart and reduce your material cost and do 30% of that reduced material cost, that's the workmanship. Very, very simple. Very, very, very simple. But if you don't reduce your material cost, and then of course you have to pay the 30 to 35% unless you negotiate down the fee for the workmanship. So what I do, well, initially before I had my own, I'm giving you the secrets here. I will negotiate my own material costs, right? Bring it way down and tell them if they order me 100 bags of cement, I only buy 80. Calculate my whole material cost and times it by 0.30. That's your workmanship. Now, let's talk about workmanship. And some people are charging by square meters. I do the math for them myself. If it doesn't make sense, if it's inflicted, I tell them, please go think about it and come back with a different, a different fee. That's how I have worked. And then other times too, the reason why people do work for me, because after they work and I see that they've done a good work, especially for my apartment that they did a good work on, I give them a bonus. The reason I give them a bonus, why? Because if I need them, they're gonna come and do that work for free. That's why the gentleman called me now. He's a Ghanaian guy. I told him, I said, come in, I need some sandpaper and for you to kind of like paint over some stuff or whatever. He came by and did it for free. I don't have to pay for it. So you have to treat people also how it is that you want them to maintain your relationship later on. That's what it is in Liberia. You have to not make enemies. You have to make friends. And at the end of the day, you have to use your smart. It's not that you're using anyone, but because, if they do good job, I give them a bonus. They think, oh wow, this girl is so nice. Yeah, I'm being nice for the time being and going forward. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna need you too. Like, I mean, come on. You're gonna need me, I'm gonna need you. All right. Besides healthcare, real estate, what other businesses do you recommend? Okay. Anything agriculture, I will recommend. Uh, in life, we have to eat and we have to have a place to stay, and we need to be in good health, right? So anything real estate would do, I would tell anybody for free. You can work on your export license. That's something that I'm almost getting closer to obtaining because as I increase my agriculture business, I will be exporting out of the country. Therefore, I am working on getting my license. My eyes hurt, that's why I'm not studying. But there's a test you have to take. But so you can work on that when you get into the agriculture sector, or you can find out other people. Please like the video. Yeah, thank you, honey. I appreciate it. Yeah. Any other question? Healthcare and real estate. I tell anyone, if you want quick money, real estate will not do it for you. If you want quick, fast money, it will not do it for you. But what real estate does is a long-term investment. And so is the healthcare thing because it will take you some time to get your business, your footing in the door. But then eventually it yields because we get sick all the time. Some of us go to the hospital all the time. There's always somebody sick. So even when the pandemic happened, I was never out of work in this country, in this America, never out of work because people are always. And if you're in quality management that I did before I started my CEO in training program, they always needed expertise. Although I work from home on my computer all the time, they always needed it because healthcare, the body, as long as you have this body, people always need healthcare, right? So that's something that is always a long-term business, good long-term business. um any other questions, guys? I'm starting to get hungry. I want Liberian food. The closest thing to Liberian food they play on for that Asian food. I'm sorry. I usually cook by myself. I cook my own food like fufu and stuff, but I'm not feeling good for the past. I haven't been feeling good since I returned to the US. Let's see. What do you think about truck? Oh, all right. So truck business, I seen like there are a couple of things you can do with truck business. Is it like um taking sand or rocks or like taking goods from one place to the next? Like what do you mean? Can you just elaborate a little bit? Taking goods from one place to the other to the next, or like you're talking about like those like transportation trucks, like pickup trucks, like what are you talking about? Because I know a gentleman who just sent his trucks from Connecticut to Liberia, and he's mostly going to be doing like when people those tow trucks, when people car breaks down, he can go and pick it up and then charge them money to bring it back to their destination. That's what he's going to do. He took a lot of trucks from Connecticut to Liberia, and I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Good business. Tow truck. Oh, I think I said it. It would be a very good business. I would say you can go to Nimba County. Don't laugh, people. Nimba County is an upcoming place. You have Ganta, all the things over there, and it's people are there. People have money there. Let me just tell you right now. But if in any part of Liberia you are in, as long as um, as long as accessible by road, trucking business will do well there. I think, that gentleman, when I was talking to him about it before he took his stuff to Liberia for the touring business, that's something we talk about, and we did the cost analysis too. So yeah, it's a good business. It's a good business. People can't break down for come on, they have to do the push it. I thought truck would be very very good. And you probably wonder like where they're gonna take money from to pay for it. Trust me, you underestimate people. Those people over there have money. On average per year, about 550 million as of 2019 to 2020, about 550 million was sent from the diaspora to Liberia as remittances, right? That so you have to ask yourself, okay, where is that $550 million? Where is it? It's in the country. It's money there. Laundromat business. I have not done a feasibility study. The reason why is that people wash with their hands, right? If I know how to wash stuff with my hands, I'm not gonna pay for laundry service. However, you are bringing efficiency. As long as you stress efficiency and time, it's not gonna waste your time. It's gonna take time away. Then you have to just define your audience for the laundromat services. You have to just define your audience. Okay, who am I going to be targeting? Am I going to be targeting the 1 or 2% of the population that have money? Then it works. But if you're trying to target everyone in Liberia, then initially it may not work initially, but if you have it in a place like maybe Sincourt or Mamba Point or some parts of Pinsville, some parts of Pinsville, Sincor, Mega Point. What's the other place that's okay? Uh, there's another place. I'll come back to that. There's another place in Liberia that I mean Bureau is developing. Bureau is developing, so that's fine. But yeah, like those three areas. I mean, Boulevard area is kind of around the Singer Belt, so like you could do well there. I hope when you contact the landowner, I won't have an issue going to court or 5 people only. I heard from Viewland of La Wahala. When you go to Marshall, anybody buying land in Marshall, I'm sorry, you guys are gonna have lots of Wahala. That place is full of crap. Um, yes, Front View land has lots of issues. Unfortunately, my land that I'm selling is a beachside land. It's not a Front View land, but for the kind of work you want to do, I would say get a land by the road, but roadside land. People got to be comfortable getting outside of Monrovia if you want to do something. If you want a land close to the road, you're not gonna find it in Monrovia. It's not there. It's just simply not there. Anybody telling you there's a raw land, they're lying to you. Um, the other the other places. I mean, Caldwell is developing. Okay, guys, is developing area. So you kind of have to see areas of the country that that you can have that a business going. I would say do some assessment, but check Painesville. Credit services may not work right now. First of all, you really gotta see that the income. You have to assess income and all that aspect before you get into it. Right now, it won't. Um, I have a business in Rwanda, but I'm not promoting Rwanda right now. I'm talking about Liberia, but stuff like that will work there. Oh, all right. What's next? What's next? What's next? Any other questions, guys? Any other question before I can order my Asian food? Yeah, my Asian soup. People are like, yeah, I can't send me soup. Oh. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna order myself some Vietnamese pho. Uh, okay, so anything work. Yeah. Any other questions? Please let me know. I will respond. If I know the answer to that, I would definitely respond. Any other question? If someone has money starting U-Haul is also good. If someone has money starting U-Haul is also good. To move home, um, the U-Haul concept would be fine. With all these things, you're gonna have to see who your target audience is. That's typically, and then the starting fee, as always, is to establish your brand. You have to make yourself known in the market. Yeah, sis, Lena, we will talk. No worries. I'm here. I'm gonna after the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna put my TV on, and I'm gonna listen to some music to just calm my mind, and I'm here to take a call. Walmart trucking. Oh, transportation like Walmart trucking. Um, Transportation like Walmart trucking will only work if the road connectivity was perfect. Let me say, for example, if the road connectivity was perfect from Monrovia to Harper City, or River G, or other counties, that will work. Um, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Making loans, but yeah, you're gonna be in court. You're gonna be in court, and you're gonna be in court. It will be like it will be like few people responding to that. The loan aspect of things is gonna also depend on how well you structure it. I mean, the bank do give out loans, and even then, still the bank still have to like seize people properties and all of these other things that I've heard. Um, it would just it would be contingent on who your audience is, because the people who are going to be taking those loans, are they in the right space to pay you back? And you don't want the whole court process because somebody hasn't paid you back in the time frame in which they said they would. Now, if you structure it to a point where if for example you're loaning to me, right? And you already know me based on maybe the interview, maybe it's in the background, maybe some of the things I have. If you loan me, let's say 30,000, and if I didn't pay a 30,000 back, my entertainment center is worth way more than that. And you say, okay, I'm gonna seize it. You're already really benefiting because obviously it's worth more than 30,000. But you have to find the kind of people who are worth loaning, and a lot of people there. I don't know. I It's something you can think about later for loan business. Yeah, that's really something you have to give some thoughts to, but it's not the best thing right now to the few that you want to target perhaps. um yeah. uh, uh, um any other questions? Yeah, you guys are still here. Oh, you guys really like this discussion, huh? Oh, I wish I could send you. Yeah, girl, I know. Didn't you go pepper soup recently? Insurance business. Okay, this is a good one. Insurance. There's a car insurance business somewhere in shoot. I don't know if you guys know business revenue the revenue authority. That's Snapper Hill, like around that area. Um, where all the businesses take place is that that's an insurance place, but the regulatory standards and practices will have to be assessed. But however, if it becomes more successful if they were highly regulated, and if the policies were being adhered to, and if they were checked on and making sure that everyone needed to have insurance, trust me, it would be a very successful business. But because it's not highly regulated, I don't know how you're gonna make money out of it. What about, and also too, are you talking about car insurances, or are you talking about like what kind of insurance? Housing, like what kind of insurance? What about a dealership? Yes, Anthony, I would like you to talk to the gentleman who was on my show first, like the very first guy that I spoke with. He is into the automotive business, and I think I talk about it as being one of a lucrative business that will work in Liberia on one of my segments here. Um, that would definitely work. People buy cars. Surprisingly, everyone thinks people buy like $2,000 car. No, actually, there are people who buy like $10,000 cars in Liberia. People have money. People have money, and that's just maybe the minority. However, people still have money to afford those kind of things. So a dealership will work. You will need to find a lot, of course, or maybe like you need to have a land unless you want to lease it. But that would definitely work. Used cars will work. Home and car insurance. Okay. Used cars will definitely work. New cars may have the quantity that you have them may have to be just minimized instead of like having you going over capacity because you're testing new grounds. As far as who's going to purchase new vehicles, but that would be something good. And however, you would need to you would need to attach a mechanical garage next to it so that it become more effective. You would make more money like that because I know the Lebanese fellow that I know who has a mechanic shop, people pay so much money for him to work on their cars because they trust him because they know that they get good work from him, right? However, he does not have a dealership. So if you have that and attached like a a shop next to it, mechanical shop next to it, you would make much more impact and more money because that's always something needed. A lot of people have cars, you know, um, in the 2% of people that have money, 3% of people that have money, but they don't have the services. And yeah, I'm looking at for cars in Liberia. So car dealership will be perfect. Home and car insurance. Whew. Okay, car insurance in Liberia. Car insurance in Liberia. It's it's like I said, it's a regulation thing actually. It's not that it's not profitable, but because it's not something that is people are gonna check on to see if everyone has insurance and all of that. However, if you're able to sell the concept to the government, it'll work. Um, and oftentimes, how that becomes more effective if you tell the government how the benefit. Not only telling them they're benefiting, but you're showing a roadmap of, the percentage that comes in from making sure this business is highly regulated and that it works. I think I talked about this on my channel the last time that if people are looking to do business on government property or trying to work along with government related properties, they have to offer the government something. Yeah. Yeah, you can contact me honestly, and I will link you with the fellow. He has a good automotive business in Atlanta. He has a lot, and he also you know, he does good work. So I think that would be a very good partnership you guys could discuss. That will work. Uh, Anything else? And then home insurance. Home insurance will work if people were buying more homes versus renting, right? There's a shortage. It's almost like it's not even a seller's market. Nor is a buyer's market. It's just no market. So okay, I talked about storage business on my platform before. It will be effective, really good business. But the home insurance it will only be more effective if people are buying homes, right? It will help if people are buying homes. So if that's something that can be introduced later on, let's say in the next few years, you have to just observe the real estate market and see what people are gravitating to. People are building their own homes, but they don't think about the insurance aspect of it, and that's something that you can introduce. Will it pick up initially? Probably not. Eventually, once you become more consistent, introduce it to the right people. Obviously, yes, it will because I mean, one of the problems in Liberia is the lack of insurance. People don't feel that the things are insured. Therefore, if you come in as a separate entity and trustworthy entity, then of course, you're that becomes more profitable. So let's talk about storage. Are you talking about more so for like moving storages, or are you talking about like a storage where market people can store their things? I think I talked about it before. Um, I have an apartment business. It's a good business. Anything. No. Let's see. Let me come back to some of the questions here. Okay, storage business. I talk about storage business if it's like movable things and all that. That people can store the items, the clothes, if they're moving from one place to the next, possibly. But if you're thinking more so to where businesses can store things, yes, that would be a good one. Um, with barbershop cosmetic work, I still see people using razor blades and like I talk about this on my channel as far as some of the top businesses that will work in Liberia. That's one of them. That would definitely work if you have the tools and the machines and stuff. People would pay money to look good. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if they're poor or whatever. People will actually pay to look good than to eat. It's very sad, unfortunately, but people would pay for it. So one thing you want to always remember when it comes to these things is consistency in service, and also the customer service in which that you will be providing. That's very crucial to the sustainability of that business. But a barber shop and a salon, I know Dr. My sister Linda about that, would do really well. I went to Liberia and I went to a Chinese salon. Can you imagine? I'm in my own country and I cannot find a decent place to do my hair. Like I have to go to a Chinese salon. Why? But anyway, the point is, I went over there to do my hair, and this guy was so rude to the people, working there, the girls who were braiding it. And I said, "Sir, excuse me, don't talk to them like that in your own country. Why you have to allow that kind of stuff?" But he was making so much money. I mean, I paid $40, but mind you, as I'm sitting there, more people kept coming and paying $40 to do their hair. And at the end of the day, maybe that guy was making like $600 per day in Liberia. Like, come on, because you know what? Not many of us are doing it. So if you have a salon there, it's top-notch service, and don't make your staff to twist the mouth and be rude to people. You have top customer service, you have consistent pricing and stuff. It will become more profitable business. So yeah, barbershop combined with a salon with terrific. Yeah. Typically in the areas that would do well in, like I said, pins will be really good. Even on the high will be very good. Everything is always word of mouth and marketing and good customer service. So let's see the other question. One last question. What do you think about an apartment complex? Real estate, an apartment complex is a long-term rental. So I just did a consultation with a gentleman yesterday and his wife about the same thing. You can definitely have an apartment complex. People always want a place to stay. The thing though, people always say Liberians don't pay rent, they're so cheap, they want to pay $75. I know a friend who paid $450 in Liberia to live in one bedroom, one bath. Okay? But the difference between where she lives and anywhere else, they offer excellent service, they have security. She and the guy, they split the electricity bill, like they split it. She had peace of mind that if you enter her home, you'll be like, oh wow, it's so decent. So if you want to have an apartment complex, you put your mind to it, you put your finance in it, and people will pay whatever you want to pay because the service is consistent and the place is presentable. It's just a simple thing, So yeah, girl, can you believe? Um, so yes, an apartment complex business can work. For me, I have it. I rent my apartment, but very to select people. I have very short-term rentals. I don't do for people to stay in my place long term. It's more so when people are living in diaspora. I rent my place because my apartment is beautiful. It has running water, hot water, cold water. It has alarms, and it has the same service anyone can get in the diaspora at my place. Unfortunately, I just don't rent it out to people in Liberia. It's not like I don't rent it out to people. Even if anyone left from here and go to live in Liberia, I'm not gonna rent it to them because it's not a long-term apartment. It's more of a short-term stay, like an Airbnb type of thing. But even then, I'm still very selective because I want my place to be kept clean. And I just rent it to somebody who I think is trustworthy. So yeah, that business can do well. If I decide to do a long-term business, then that means Robertsfield Highway is open up. Then I can rent it. But for now, for those who say, you know what, I want to live in the city, I don't want to live in Robertsfield Highway, I do a short-term rental. And you call me, hey Emma, do you have your apartment available? I ask you some very crucial questions. Are you a clean person? And I got to sense it in my soul that you're a clean person. I will rent my apartment to you. I have to sense it in my soul that you're not gonna disrespect my security. You're not disrespect the person who's gonna clean the house because you came from America or wherever you think you came from. If I sense it in my soul that that's who you are, then I rent my place to you. But if I don't sense it in my soul, in my bone, it's telling me that you're not a nice person, I don't sense it to you. I don't rent it to you. But anyway, just to stop talking plenty. Yes, apartment complexes will do really good. Okay. Can I use maps to get around? Yes, surprisingly, not all over the place. But when I was in the police academy, I used maps. It worked. As part of the effort of having our company, when my area started, was we partnered with Google to map sections of the country, um, and so there has been some mapping efforts going on by some of the tech institutions in Liberia, especially the Blue Crest University. I know the president very well. We chat all the time, and the iLab campus, over there on Snapper Hill, they do mapping, and so they partner with Google and they do mapping sections of the country. Therefore, it allow access for people to, when they're mapping certain areas, they have access to go to those areas using the Google map. Now, will it be effective all over the country? Absolutely not, because when that happened, I mean that area has not been mapped. And that's pretty much what happened. You yourself, you can join a mapping party. I partnered out with Bluecrest. We were going to map parts of the highway. Uh, but it takes some time. You got to feed the people within the mapping party in order for you to map sections of the country. It's actually an easy thing to do, but you have to apply, and Google has to approve you, and then you have to go make some points and points and points and map the area, and then it shows up on Google Maps. So yeah, you can use Google Maps. It's very easy stuff. Let's see. Okay. All right. Next time, I'm going to Beauty Secret to do your hair. Oh, girl, where is that located? Customer service would be my top priority in Liberia when I open my business. Absolutely. And if it is a top priority, sis, you, my friend, will make some money. You have consistent customer base, because I always wonder, why is it that somebody coming over to your business and patronizing your business, why is it okay for you to talk to them in the way you shouldn't? But then I also have to understand, people are not trained. So it is a top management issue that, okay, I have not provided such training. Customer service training should be in, or is that a training, that businesses provide to the employees. But oftentimes they just hire them, and then they expect them to say, "Oh, thank you for coming. I appreciate your service," and smile and greet and all that. No, you have not taught them to do so. It's not embedded in them. So, if anyone going to Liberia to open a service, and customer service becomes key and stuff, you have to train your people. You have to set an example that customers are the reason why you have your business standing in the first place. So you always have to do the best you can to provide that customer service, and that's what's lacking. Can you imagine? I went to um, RLJ, Roberts Kenninja Hotel, whatever. I just went to have dinner. One time I came from Beaumont late, and I decided, okay, let me just go eat. And we ordered food, and my uncle was asking the young lady, hey, can I get some pepper? I get pepper before. Excuse me? What? Unacceptable. And I had to talk to her. I said, my sister, look, you're doing a good job, okay? I know you have some family and you're doing the best you can, to maintain your job, but you only ask you for pay, my sister. So let's try this again. We can both respect each other and talk to each other nicely. So my sister, can I have some pepper? Yes, okay, my sister. So sometimes it's just the matter of tapping somebody on the shoulder and says, that's not okay. In a nice way. You don't go be yelling at the person, because my uncle could have yelled at her too and say, you stupid. Why is it that you talk to me like that? But it's a little tap on the shoulder, to get people to fall back in place, and perhaps because they're not fully trained. What is the hourly rate in Liberia? As far as what? Hourly rate for a business. For me, I pay my All my employees, you can call and ask them. I pay them way above the market. Anything. There is no. Most people in Liberia get paid $150 per month. I don't pay people that. That's just ridiculous. Um. So hourly rate, unfortunately, I cannot give you an hourly rate because I pay differently than most people. I actually pay on a bi-weekly thing. I don't do a whole month. People don't live like that. It is not sustainable for people living situations. Nobody should be waiting for a whole month, and sometimes even a month comes, they don't even get paid. That's unacceptable behavior, and I don't intend to engage in that. I pay differently, but most people that I've heard from, $200 per month, $150 per month, that's what they get paid. So if you were to do your math, as far as if somebody's working 5 days a week divided by 30 days, you get your you get your hourly rate, I guess. 30 days divided by eight, if they were working 8 hours per day, divided by 30 days. Ballpark. Are you asking a ballpark? Okay, singer, huh? Okay. Sis, you gotta send that to my email as far as the place I can go and do my hair. US? Yes, that is US. Ballpark. Oh, well, yeah. Um, some of my employees actually make $400 per month. That may not sound like it's a lot, but some of them actually do. Some of them actually make $600 per month, $800 per month. My supervisor make that amount per month, $800 per month. And on average, he works so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and some Saturdays. My supervisor works, so he gets that amount per month because he does a lot of work. Um, so anyway, it really depends. It depends. The thing is, if you pay people, they can do anything for you. I think that many people are missing the secret in life here. You pay people effectively. You talk to people. You show them care and concern. They will do anything for you. That's what I've discovered. Don't go to Liberia trying to think you pay someone $50 per month. That's not right. That doesn't work. They're gonna lie to you, they're gonna steal from you because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Any other questions? Let's see. Any other question, my people? Any other questions? My people, what time is it? What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? You have any question, my people? You better tell me. All right, let's see what this is gonna show me. Y'all have questions? Y'all gotta tell me. Oh, 5:37. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? All right. What is the exchange rate? It fluctuates. So I can really tell you off my head what it is today, as of today. It does fluctuate. So there you have it. All right, my people. Any other questions that y'all have from me? Oh yes, sis, for the salon for the hair. Honestly, if it's in Syncor, then I will definitely check it out. Um, okay. How do I run my business from the US? You know, I believe in teamwork. I managed to establish a good team on the ground. Um, I treat these people with respect. I also include these people as the owner of the businesses that I run. Um, all the businesses that I have, they're not just my employees, they are in the business. I make them to understand that that's also their business by giving them a percentage of my business. So that way, if anything happens, I speak from a place of motivation that do you understand that this is your business? Do you know how much percent you have in this business? And most of them understand. And that's really the reason why things have been effective and things have been moving the way it has been, because they put themselves into the business. I don't just say, oh, you're employee of the day or you just work for me today. No, you have a 3 to 5% in the business. This is yours. So you have to take it like, yeah, because it's really yours. So, for example, I invest in the US, like in stocks, DocuSign, like EV stocks, medical stocks. And regardless of what my percentage is or the number of stocks I have, I still own partially of that company. So therefore, if people are talking trash about it, I'm like, that's up to you. I have my money there. It's sitting there. So I see it as people are not working for me. We are working with each other. And the whole that there. And I also have this, I call 3 times a week to all my businesses, and we have meetings. And I listen to people's concerns. I motivate them. I also ensure that there's an incentive. There's no insurance in Liberia, like medical insurance. But what I do, they all have children. I tell them I sponsor their school fees. That's their insurance. Therefore, who wants to turn that type of offer? Doesn't make sense. So you know that your child goes to school. Therefore, you got to work, all right? I know I need medical insurance because I may get sick. Therefore, I continue to work and to maintain my medical insurance. The children become the medical insurance. I see it from that perspective. So these people work whenever I need things to be effective. And if things are not going well, there has been times where I saw my bottom line. I thought, operation may not look good. And then I bring them back to the middle and we solve the problem. And I remind them of where they are and that this is our business and the bigger goal that we aim for. Therefore they have to apply more serious and then more effort. My integrity is number one. It's so funny. Most of the people that I work with, I was like, "We gotta protect you by all costs." Well, sometimes I feel like, "Oh my God, they have my own interest, and I have my own interest." But that's because you gotta treat people the way you want to be treated. That's why my businesses has been successful, and I could sit here and people say, "You know what? I took my own money and purchased this," and then I would tell you later on and give you the receipt and then I also have a system in place. Don't get it twisted now. I have a system in place uh, that track things down. Um, and one of it for even for the poultry building, for the poultry business, is we have checklists, right? We have monitoring system, right? All of those things are in place. Your business person got to be smart. You can trust people, but you also still have to be smart. It's just the truth of the matter. I went to Liberia last year and I saw how people. Uh-huh. I felt so bad, especially the ones who are doing housework only because they have small money. Yes. You see, even at the airport, when I got to the airport, I'm not a silly person. I talk to people and I $1, and my sister can buy a drink, whatever it is. I'm not silly. I'm not rich by any means yet. Ah, And then when I was coming back, I just saw people from America just so rude to the people at the airport. They are stupid place here. The library are so corrupt. They just started cussing people at the airport. And I went to the lady and she scammed me and she took my stuff. I said, my sister, hey man, just joke. You guys doing something good job. I was like, what wrong you said? She said, oh my God, you're the first person that ever talked to me so nice. Why must I be the first person to talk to anyone so nice? Just because you have gone somewhere else, you've had an opportunity that someone else doesn't have, doesn't make you any better than them. I am still confused about the whole concept. You people want to go back home, you really need to humble yourself. You need to humble yourself. Really. You need to humble yourself. But people talk to those people because you know what? They say bamboo know the tree to clean the bud on. And that's a very sad thing. Because they see that these people are underprivileged, perhaps they decided to talk the way they do. You're talking down to somebody as if you never been in such condition. If God bless you, that's why you have the opportunity to travel. Doesn't mean you talk down on somebody. Not right at all. But yes, I do see people leave this place and go back home and start talking to people the way they shouldn't. Why are you better than anyone else? I'm just confused all the time. And I had to tell one lady at the airport, I said, you need to humble yourself, ma'am. And I would say, ma'am, and just still tell you to please humble yourself. You don't talk to people the way you do. You go back to the library and talk to your brother and sisters the way you do because you have few $100. Some of y'all don't. Some of y'all don't even. I don't even want to say. Some of y'all don't even y'all. Some of y'all leave from here the jobs. Y'all some of y'all have. Y'all leave from here alley. Y'all on top of the horse. Why? And a lot of sisters they say that how they can do here when they come here they talk to us they cause us they talk to us all kinds of ways. No, it's not cool. Not cool at all. We need to stop. You just happen to have much better opportunities coming to the United States. Sometimes what most of you don't even make use of the opportunity. And you go back when you talk down to your brother and sister because you have few $100 more than them. I'm puzzled all the time. I'm puzzled. I'm very, very puzzled all the time. Um, People who work with me, not for me, work with me, I show them respect, and in essence, they show me respect. I establish boundaries because when it comes to my business, there's a difference between Emma Zawadi, and there's a business difference between my business. And as long we are clear on the policy, but it comes from management. You have to establish it that way. In establishing that, you have to ensure that people are doing their job. There's a difference between someone doing their job and causing them for something else. And even if somebody's not doing their job, align them back to doing their job. Have you been a good manager? Have you trained them? Have you asked them what else is going on in their lives that you can help? And you don't have to earn no financial help. Listening to somebody helps. They do that here at your own jobs in America, in Australia, in Canada, whatever. Why you can't apply it there? I'm puzzled. But that's the difference between a manager and a leader. A lot of people know how to manage. A lot of people don't know how to lead. And that's what's suffering us. So yeah, my sister, you did go back when people talk to them. It's funny because I went to my friend's house when I was there, and her worker, the way she talked to her worker, I was impressed. With so much grace and so much respect. And I asked her, I said, "Is this your mom?" And she said, "No, that's my worker. She helped me clean my house." And I was so impressed. And I said, I'm proud of myself for the people I associate with because I would not sit there for anyone to talk to anybody like that. You know, some of the things that I've heard, you know, my secretary always say, "Boss lady, you're like my sister." I said, "Yeah, well, yeah." I'm like your daughter. I just joke with him all the time. I say, I'm like your daughter. Oh. And I try to joke with him and speak Basa. I'm not a Basa girl. I said, well, he can be laughing. I joke with my security. I make him feel that yes, he is important. But for some reason, many of our brothers and sisters they go back home and they just forget their place in society because few dollars, few dollars. It's sad. Sad. Humble yourself, people, before life humble you. Anyway, you guys are bringing tears to my eyes because some of these stories I've heard many times. When I go in the communities and like I do survey and trying to see what they need there, what's going on. Like I know when I went to Bon Mines, I told the school that I will sponsor them. I don't want to talk about everything on here, but um, they are very surprised of how people, I was able to talk to them and meet the people who are blind and some of the stuff I don't want to talk about it because that's something I like to do within my own private life, not business related. But how does a person think it's okay to talk to other people in any other way? Unacceptable. You have to do better. Anyway, any other questions, guys? Any other question? You don't want me to sing in Creole because I will start singing Creole. I'll start singing Creole like my grandma. Na sum sum ble kumba na kesaya. My grandma would have loved that song. I think when I'm done on this one, I'm gonna call her so we can sing. Oh my God, that's what cool people do. Yeah, they sing all the time. Cool songs. What's up, y'all? What's up? Anyway, y'all still in my life. That's why I'm still here. If y'all don't, you guys are gone. People are still coming, and I'm still running my mouth. Um, However, I'm not going outside today. I can go outside if I'm confined in my apartment. Um, because I'm not well. Anyway, COVID is real. The new Delta variant is very real. I'm vaccinated, my people, and I'm still COVID positive. Can you believe that? I'm sharing it with y'all because I don't want you to take this thing serious. I mean, healthcare. Before my vacation, I spoke with a doctor at my place of work. I said, Dr. Hadi, what's up with this Delta variant? And she was like, we need to take it serious. And she's asked me, are you still going to travel? And I said, yeah, I'm still going to travel. And lesson learned is real. The Delta variant is real, so you guys need to really be careful with COVID. You know, and the symptoms are kick ass kicking. I can even smell. I put my perfume on today. I can smell because I lost my sense of smell. Fortunately, I can taste and eat, but I'm not too well. I didn't take it for granted. I just decided to travel to another country and go celebrate my birthday. And my brother just celebrated me, and I came back and coronavirus said, "Ah, thank you for having fun, but now it's time to sit your little butt home." So that's what's happening. So yeah, please take coronavirus serious. I know states do have different mandates, but put your mask on and to keep yourself safe. I'm vaccinated, but I'm not vaccinated against the Delta variant. Of course, somewhat because my symptoms are not worse compared to others because of the vaccination. But if you're not vaccinated, even if you are vaccinated, you still gotta take precaution. Very, very important. Um, yeah. So any other questions you guys have? Anything to add to this discussion? Let me know. Um, see what time is it? This is Cooper. Okay. My people, you guys are still in this live, yeah? What's up? All right. Sorry to yeah, that says I pray. Yeah, man. Thank you. I honestly hope to I do feel better. My body is not aching. The only thing I miss is going for my run and exercising, but I just still have to stay in my house. People have been very decent to me and ordering me food and soup and checking on me. So I really appreciate it. It's so upsetting, my sister. It's so, so, so upsetting. You go and they start talking to the brother and says, "Oh my God, it's so upsetting. I can't. I just can't." I said, "Oh, please humble yourself." Um, but sometimes I don't blame some people. It's the level of ignorance is too rampant in our society. Too rampant in our society. Um, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. Um, Anything else? Anything else? Anything else before I go? Yes. Barbershop works, salon works. All of this other things work too. For businesses. Um, try to partner up with somebody and do something more tangible. Um, lucrative, impactful. It'll be good. I wish Chelsea internet was working well for her to talk to you guys about the agriculture project we have on the 50 acres of land. Um, Investors are coming in. A couple of people have contacted her and us to invest into the agriculture business. That's taking place. There's a gentleman named Will, who I obviously due to privacy reasons don't want to say his last name, but he just signed on board for that agriculture project. He himself hasn't been to Liberia in a long time, but that's an opportunity that he's seeking. Luckily for me, I don't try to say we don't need investors in those type of businesses. Um, and people have been just making some inquiries as to how they can come in as investors or partners into that, and most of the people who have inquired and are joining this agriculture business are actually from America. These are people who wanted to go to Ghana to invest, and me my partner Chelsea and I, we talked about it, and um, have a much better proposal for them, and they were able to come on board. And one of my supervisors, the guy who earns the $800, he is in charge of this project. So guys, you gotta pay up people and appreciate their efforts. And if you do anything else, for them to elevate them, add insurance. There's no insurance in Liberia, but you can offer medical insurance. The fact that I add to my security salary that he can go do checkup monthly, it tells him that he needs to be a good security at my property. It's just as simple as it is. So treat people the way in which you want them to treat your businesses. Life is simple like that. Um, Treat people how you want to be treated. Um, GYC Gray Yakov. No, but the construction business, I think everybody wants to know about it. I have a lot of people who are going to start the fencing project with my company, and I cannot wait to show you guys the projects. The gentleman who bought 2 acres will also be starting his project. I can really talk about the details, but we are going to be doing his fence as well. And some people are building homes. We are excited to start those. And development in Liberia, man. That's the goal. That's really the goal. Uh, okay, guys. What time is it? Oops. Uh-huh. That's what happens if you try to move your camera. Um. Okay. Let's see. Um, why is he talking over there? He talked too much. Mm-mm-mm. Um. So yes, you people are still on here, guys. Oh my goodness, who's watching? Who's still watching? If you don't have anything to say, why are we still on this live, my people? Um, all right, guys. I think I'm gonna leave in the next 4 minutes. Uh, been too long. If you have your questions, say it now or forever hold your peace. I've been meaning to go get my cough candy, but you guys are holding me up here and not asking any questions. Um, yeah, so yeah, my people are still coming on, oh my people. All right, yeah, better excuse me, go get my cough candy. Um, my people, 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 my people. Okay, so I have my cough candy now, and I can start coughing like somebody who has a GYC cough. Um, so yeah, what I want to talk about? I'm in my house by myself, so I need people to entertain me since I'm quarantining, right? I would say I need to isolate myself. Even if people want to come and visit me, I told them that's not a good, smart idea for them to come visit me, obviously. Do not want to spread anything to anyone. So I stay here by myself and I entertain myself, sort of. Um, anyway, what's up? What's up, y'all? We'll be leaving this thing in the next 3 minutes. So if you got anything to add, yeah, better stay though. Or you forever hold your peace. Or you forever hold your peace, oh, my people. Okay. Who is that? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, forever hold your peace. Oh. Yes, Linda, you can call me after this live and we could talk. I will be available to speak with you and see what we can do next. Anything. All right. My time is saying 2 more minutes before I can leave this life. Not this life of mine, but this life feed. Ah, man. So that's what's up. Y'all still on. That's the thing. But I'm gonna leave this live in the next almost 1 minute. This has been an interesting live show with the connectivity issues and the back and forth. But yes, overall it has been productive. So let's remain positive here. Yep. All right, guys, take care. Be blessed. Take care. Bye. Always, all right, don't forget to call your friends, your family, your boyfriend, your side girlfriend, your side whatever it is. I know y'all have side everything. Just say call them and tell them how much you love them because like life is so short and a lot of things has been happening these days. So you never know what may happen to people that obviously we're not all wishing for that, but life is just unpredictable these days and forever always. So just call them, tell them how much you care and love them, and be blessed as always. Mwah!